ads right away? Bro, I don't know. I'm not the wizard here. I don't know how to frickin' do this crap. I don't know. I don't control the ad timing. Do I look like a guy with a plan? I'll pull up Stream Manager so I can control it a little better. So you guys don't have to deal with the cringe stuff too much, but you guys are asking a lot. I'm not going to lie with you guys. We need to limit our expectations here, okay? Why is this not letting me do this? Okay, there you go. And then I need to pull up YouTube chat. Pull up YouTube. Ah! I don't want to hear myself. One of me is bad enough. No. Go smaller. Get much smaller. That's right. There it is. Okay, and then YouTube chat goes... No! Why did it get bigger? I did not drag it that way. Holy crap. We'll talk maybe why it's Amalgameta. I have a couple of suspicions, but hey, Nick. But in the meantime, let's ping my Twitch and let's do things. Hello, Discord. No, frick. Hang on, chat. I'm doing my Discord announcement. Kind of a funny picture. Okay. No, Amari. No. The cat is abusing the... Is that the right one? Yes. And then I feel like I'm doing like 75 million different things. Okay, I think we're good. And just as I do that, the map ends. Frick me. Hello, Dragon. What's good? Justice, Cronus, Arceus, Tootle, Noctua, Beagle, Roarbite. Do I control the weather? Yes. What is that in my head? Yeah, it is pretty big, actually. The hair is getting out of control. I have a haircut scheduled in a couple of weeks. My stomach's upset. Do something. Oh, my bad. I'll fix that real fast. OWCS companion stream. Give kid sell kidney. No. How's the audio level? Is it all right? The hair is insane right now. It is pretty insane. What happens? Okay, so here, if you guys want the sauce with my hair, sounds echoey. How's that? How about now? How about now? How about now? Better? Better echo? Louder?
Your hair looks like my hair.
That's bad. Stream could be louder. Thank you, Brax. So here's the sauce with my hair, okay? Here's the sauce with my hair. I wash my hair. I only shampoo like 2 or 3 times a week because it's not good for your hair. But I do wash my hair every night. before I go to bed. Because I don't know, no offense to you guys, but like I think if you're the type of person that like showers first thing in the morning, that's kind of icky. It depends, I guess, what you do during the day. Techie, thank you for the 39 months, by the way. But like, you should shower before you go to bed. I'm not gonna lie. But the TLDR is that like, rinse hair out before to go to bed. Go to sleep. What my hair wakes up with in the morning is pretty much locked in for the day. My hair is so thick, especially when it's this long, but honestly, even when it's not even this long, to where like you can't put it down. So if I sleep on it, it's really thick and it just sleep weird and it goes up. That's pretty much how it goes. So yeah, pretty much just it's going to stay like that for the rest of the day. No changing. So that's the hair lore. That's why some days it's like, oh, did you get a haircut? It looks okay. And some days are like, what is wrong with you? Sadly. Heard hot sauce helps. Yes, absolutely, for the stomach. Exclamation mark, cell kidney. Nice. Morning shower is how I wake up. No, listen, I shower in the morning. I just don't wash my hair. Or get every couple of days. Because I'll work out in the morning. Yeah. I end up showering twice a day, basically every day.
Congratulations on the victory. You guys are continuing your run in the upper bracket. I want to talk big picture first, though. It's another week, another meta, I guess. At least on the server, it looks like you guys are on.
The problem with my hair now is that it looks like meta. But it's not been this long very often, but I've kind of always had hair like this. Yeah. I would shower before bed and after getting up, but if I leave and return my, yeah. How much lotion do you use since you shower so much? Not that much. They're not long showers. They're like before, after I work out, it's like 3-4 minute shower.
Yeah, we talked with some of the other members of your team.
Or unless you're talking to Brax, then I have no idea. Washing that hair won't save anything? Okay, buddy. Yeah, it's just a rinse. Yeah, exactly. Little soap here and there in the body. That's mostly it. 2026 is only one shower away. Good luck, Demetrius. I believe in you, mate. Yeah, I do take longer showers sometimes, especially if I'm thinking. But our water tank isn't that big, so 10 minutes, 12 minutes is about max. 15 minutes tops. Drops are not enabled through OWCS, so you should pull up another stream or the official stream and have it pulled up. But Overwatch normal drops are enabled, yes. Why was it banned last stream? Oh, you weren't there. I think it was because of your Discord name. I don't remember it at all. It was fun. You had to be there. I don't remember. Yeah, so my thoughts on the Mauga meta are probably more like, he's okay perk-wise. Like, I don't think he's like particularly strong or weak, but we talked about it's the same reason of why we wanted hero bans in the first place is because push-pull is OP. You know, cage fight's really freaking consistent. And also, cardiac is just really freaking strong at the high level of play. The AoE damage reduction and AoE lifesteal is just really, really broken with coordination. You know, I will also say that I don't actually think Mauga is necessarily super OP right now. I just think teams are just brain rotting into familiarity. And because he was so strong for all of 2024, teams are like this is just classic pro mentality. Like, I hate it so incredibly much. It's so hive mind. It's so lazy. So part of it's just human psychology, which is really hard to avoid. Part of it's just cardiac. Swami, thank you for the sub, and Prankster, thank you for the subs as well. I'm not saying that the Mauga perks are bad. I think they're fine. I just don't think that Mauga is like a meta definer. I don't think he's even that good in rank necessarily. Hello, Warren. So it's annoying. It's really annoying. We can point and laugh and make fun of the pro players and call them morons. We should definitely do that. But also at the same time, I do think there's like a legitimate criticism about like how strong cardiac can be when you synergize it perfectly. Same kind of thing with speed. You know, there's just certain abilities that just are a little bit more consistent of value with the coordinated play. And I think cardiac has consistently been that one. Did you like the perk where orb directs give sim rain, amping its speed so each consecutive orb comes out faster? Yeah, I mean, there were some perks that we thought were decent, yeah. Any meta you liked in 2024? Man, I don't remember. Not really. Not the pro meta. I thought ranked meta was fine. Ranked was like 2024 was pretty solid, I think.
well. So yeah, Jabo has been really impressive so far, and doesn't really overextend too much either. I think generally when you watch Jabo,
Yeah, exactly, Calix. How it affects rank play. Just like the Pharah pick rates used to skyrocketed after Dallas last year.
Jabo on top.
Yeah, well deserved. I think honorable
Yeah, well, we have
mention
pugs today, so
this was like a pretty sick matchup for both soldiers.
you need a 40-minute shower. Malgamet is dull. Malga comp is
I
great.
think it was very back and forth, so I was really impressed by both teams. I felt
Yeah,
like,
the mirror
you know,
sucks.
this
Yeah.
is a Gen G that I expect to see more of in the playoffs.
What is the game you're playing in the Discord notification
Making
picture?
this pretty competitive against Virtus Pro is a good sign. Running deeper here in the playoffs.
Shoot, what is it? It's the guy that did I can't think of the other game that he did. I'm too tired. Root. Who's the guy that did Root? Arcs? I think it's Arcs. My brother-in-law came over for a week and he brought a bunch of board games, and I'm a big board game guy, so I had not played it before. It was fun. It was fun. I won all 3 games. How quickly do you think it'll get out of hand in terms of what, the rotations? I don't think it'll get out of hand. I think they have a pretty decent. They have a pretty decent rotation every mid-season or whatever. Not wanting to win, just trying not to lose. Yeah. I know. You ever played Dungeons and Dragons? Yeah, a couple times. Not really my cup of tea, but I can get into the role play side of things. I definitely like. I try to be a good player, you know, and like make it more fun and interesting for the game master and for everybody. I try to be like thoughtful and creative, and it's fun. I enjoy it. It's not like it's like one of those things where it's fun, but I don't know that I'd devote the time to it that some other people would. But I enjoy it. It really depends on the group that you're with, I think. And I'm more of like if I could do something repeatedly, it'd be more about like just playing different board games instead. But I've played it a few times. Perk rotations metal will keep evolving, so it won't really find out, meaning teams will default to comfort, which is Mauga. Right, but I guess the question is just why is Mauga the comfort, you know? And I think like that's where if they could balance around that, like if they nerfed Cardiac or something in a way that just made it less for his team and more for him, then I think maybe. But I understand your concerns. But the problem with that is like these guys are always going to default to that kind of stuff. Like we have to at least give the opportunity for people to ban it out and for them to balance around it. Like I think like if 2024 was the Mauga's year, Ramacha I felt like was 2023's year. You know, same kind of thing. Like they're always going to find something lazy. So I think it's a much more complicated conversation than just we have to. I mean, you can bans, perks. Like there's only so much you can do. Can I coach D&D? I think the way to play D&D is just to be a good sport and be creative. Like create a set up other people, you know? When Pick Bang comes out, I'll be banning Mercy every game. She's not meta in pro play and rank. She's just about every game and ends up heartbroken. It's super unfun. Yeah, I agree with you. Hey, Peter. So yeah, we'll do some perk work after. I think right now we're just kind of chilling and talking, but probably between maps and the future games. Clue is my favorite board game when I was younger. Clue is I think Clue is not a. It's not a bad board game, you know? The theming is fun. There's some board games that are still fun for what they are, you know? Like Candyland's still a great game for very young people. It like teaches you how to kind of like take turns and progress towards a goal, and the impact of luck. It's not a competitive game by any means, but it has a basic structure that really young kids. Chutes and Ladders, same kind of thing. Favorite board game? Probably War of the Ring or Spirit Island. I'm also a big fan of a card game called... is this an ad? Okay. No, this is just... Okay, cool. Big fan of a card game called Nerds. It's similar to Dutch Blitz, if you've ever played that, but I think it's a better version of Dutch Blitz. Am I fasting for Ramadan? No, not at the moment. Aggravation is a great group game. I don't think it's a good game if you have the right kind of people for it. Aerithal, I actually agree with you. I agree with you. I think Blink Melee is one of the few perks that they can do. Nerds is Nerds is really fun. Nerds is probably my best game. I'm a bad man with that game. It's like the perfect encapsulation of multitasking and speed. Ever played Doom? No, but it's on my list of things to play. There's a lot of good Doom games. I haven't played Dead of Winter. Why does Mauga get picked so much in pro play? We talked about it a little bit a second ago, but mostly just cardiac. Being AoE, very strong. Will teams get relegated after this stage? I'm not really sure what the structure of pro play is in that regard. It's not nearly as bad on PC, Genji. Zimming is the problem. Console is still plagued by Zims. Underground card games like Uno. Not Forbidden Stars, no. I haven't played a ton of board games. I've played more than the average person for sure, because it is a hobby of mine, but I'm very slow. And I'm also relatively new to the hobby, I guess. I play a game, we buy a game, we play it a lot, 10, 20 times, and then we'll move on when we can afford another one. So I get a pretty solid opinion of the games that I buy, and I research them very heavily before we buy, but I don't have like a lot of games I've played.
Mauga on Samoa against Team Peps, so there's definitely a fear of...
Do you think the Zarya can defeat the Amalgamate as a Korean scene to believe? Maybe. It would have to revolve around the perk, though. The problem with Zarya is she always can beat the tank that you think that she can beat, but the repositioning capability for her has always been a huge problem. So maybe that's changed. Maybe it's not enough. I don't know. Can you put in a word for me to balance Torbjorn Pigmine the bar and dealt with? Maybe, yeah. I think they're probably pretty aware of Torbjorn's pick rate.
Honestly, though, for both teams, I think this is going to be a pretty significant change up from the way they'd like to play in the past.
There is a chance that they might rework the ban system as well in OWCS as it's implemented in Season 16. Because remember, there's only 2 bans, so it's going to double. So Mauga might, but then I don't think that they're going to want, you're going to need to re-ban characters. Like they might have it like the bans refresh on like map 3 or map 4. You get what I'm saying, chat? So there's going to be a lot of conversations about how it's implemented in live Overwatch versus pro Overwatch.
If we see it, right? But that's the big question. Are we going to see the Mauga with these teams? Because neither of these teams have really preferred the Mauga up until this point. So I think this will also be a...
You like any TCGs like Pokemon or Magic? I used to play... I've played Magic a few times with my brother-in-law. It's pretty fun. It's definitely a hobby where the collection is just as fun or more fun than the actual game itself, which is cool. Same thing with Pokemon. As a very young kid, I liked Pokemon cards a lot. Like back in Red, Blue days, that was my era. Loved it. A lot of fun. Used to play the games on my friend's little... They had an SP, I think was what it was called. Or, yeah. Anyway. Yeah. TCGs are fun. My brother got into it like 6, 7 years ago. And I played a few times with him, like actually played the card game. And it's okay. Like, it's not a great game. It's just mostly fun because the collection of the cards is really fun, really engaging. Which I think is, like, totally fair. I've did the same thing recently with this old Star Wars. I told you guys about the Star Wars Wizard of the Coast game that I played when I was a kid. I've got a bunch of those cards now, and it's just as fun collecting them as it is playing the game. And we've house ruled the game a little bit to make it a little bit more competitive. The design is kind of archaic, and it shows its age in a couple of ways. So we make it a little bit more fresh, a little bit more interesting, a little bit more strategic, which is nice. But...
yeah, I mean, I think Alcadia is a team that's improved throughout the stage. You know, they started off, you know, pretty rough. And they took that loss, right? But they've improved throughout. And actually,
yeah, you have to sell your soul for Magic. I have just always had a hard time attaching myself to a game that is so collection-based. Because I love the idea of that there are so many cards and there's rarity and shopping for cards. That, like, appeals to me so incredibly much, I cannot tell you. However, the concept that you can lose to better decks just because your deck, like, you could just lose because pay to win, just somehow it's like those things conflict with me so much. Like, I like that, but I also hate that, you know? It's like, ah. And if I'm going to play for cheap, I will play a million other games that are better than Magic. You get what I'm saying? Like, Magic is, I feel like a hobby you kind of go all or nothing. You get what I'm saying? Like, why would I play for cheap when there's a 50 other board games that are way better than Magic as a casual experience, you know, or a fun experience. if I wanted to play Magic, I would fully commit to finding cool cards and cool combos and admiring the different expansions and stuff like that. It just doesn't seem like a game that's fun to be casual with, you know? And then can't you play digital Magic? Dude, I have this conversation with my brother-in-law all the time. No, I'm not playing digital Magic, and I'm not playing board games online. If I'm playing board games online, I'm playing video games. Like, he has Board Game Simulator or whatever it is, Tabletop Simulator, and I love him to death, but Caleb, if you're here, I know I will not do it. I'm going to read a book, I'm going to read a real book, and I'll play a real board game. I don't want to play board games online, and I don't want to play card games online either. It's just not the same. It's just not the same as having the card in your hand. And also, the whole part of the fun of Magic and Pokemon is, like, pulling cards, you know? And it's like, it's not the same.
As the fact that Korea not only played Mauga, but also figured out Mauga counters like all at the same time.
Yeah. Chess is fine. Chess is hardly even a board game anymore. But are we back in the rotation of yet another Mauga meta? I don't think so just yet, but who knows?
These are some enablers. Until you see these things, it's got to be Mauga. You need to start seeing teams actually start banning Mauga as well.
Yeah, like Solitaire, you just brainless, just pull it up, do whatever, you know. Certain things are built to be online, chess, solitaire, stuff like that. But like, whenever a game has like personality and character, I feel like so much of that personality and character is lost when you play it online.
A couple other heroes we've seen FD got on recently. Little Juno action.
Can increase the volume of the video? Yeah, I don't want it to be loud, but if you guys need to hear a little bit more.
It looks like, unless Team Peps go for a small change, it's going to be the same old. Although Alcadia, Torpanzo.
So you are also
Balacho in stream. Everyone's telling me I should play Balacho, but Balacho's like 25th place on things that I have to do. I haven't played Red Dead 2. I haven't played a million other things. I have IRL responsibilities. Maybe one day.
I don't know what his Mauga looks like, but I know he wants to play Diva when he
All right, Diva here. Torb Soj. Torb Soj is nice. You got a lot of pressure on that Mauga, a lot of short-range off-angle, long-range off-angle control with both of your DPS. Juno Break can pocket that easily. Diva's really good at taking space on this particular map. You can off-angle really well. I mean, you can kind of see it here. Like, I'm actually kind of surprised. Yeah, there's like a lot of space that you can control. The Echo is there probably for the Torp, also for the map. And the Kiriko is pretty interesting here. So the Kiriko Juno basically means like super flank heavy. But it's going to mean that there's going to be a little bit less direct pocket onto the DPS there. Nice shot from Levda there. Good trade from the Kiri. I don't know. I can see the theory behind both comps, but if Ziad plays this one well, I actually think, oh man, he gets a little bit caught. I think there's a real chance there. I don't know. I like both comps. I think both comps have good logic behind why they're being played. It's going to come down to... Okay, they actually swapped Brigitte. It's going to come down to a lot of the DPS performance. Oh, man. Malcolm Mir. Cardiac, man.
It is what it is. Honestly, even Alcadia, they kind of won the first fight. They just couldn't clean up Ice Storm. I think if they cleaned up Ice Storm, they'd be much further ahead right now. They could have kept the DPS.
Honestly, okay, so this is going to be a bit of a... I don't know. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about casters beating on the Mauga meta because it's not brainless. It takes strategy. I would beat on the teams just giving up. But I also at the same time, like, I feel like this isn't the first Mauga meta. This isn't like a finals where we have to force the hype. Like, honestly, if they have criticisms of the Mauga being played, I feel like, I don't know, it's tricky. Good setup. There's still, like, you can still, this is still very DPS angle led right here, especially at this point here. Can I hit the gritty? No. Balacho will change my life.
This has been a very quick back and forth map so far. 24 to 40.
It's just cardiac, guys. It's just cardiac. I'm telling you, it's cardiac.
Point for free. Peps let it go. I mean, what was going on here? You had a situation where
it's cardiac. They actually go back to the Kiri. I think they go back to the Kiri because they swapped Mauga. I think the Brigitte was because of the Diva. They wanted some sort of peel, and Brigitte's just broken versus Diva. Armor Pack just denies every dive. But then they're like, okay, well then we're gonna mirror Mauga, so let's just go Kiri. We can get away with the off-angle greed, and also stuff like Kitsune is broken into Mauga because you literally can't cage fight the Mauga because if he gets Kitsune'd, he just murders you. Yeah, I think this is, like, again, going to be kind of a skill matchup. Like, the Brig's not bad here, right? It's just going to be a skill matchup here.
In a more more brawling type of situation, might actually be reasonable into the Mauga as
What is
well.
Sarah talking
So
about?
the evolution of Korean meta also that you discover is like, yeah, what? Torb is kind of okay in the Mauga mode.
It's exactly that. We don't know what's meta, but this is good enough, is my take. Mauga's familiar, man. Mauga's been familiar for all of 2024 and late 2023. That's your problem. Pretty early fight there. It's a bit not a good fight there from Alcadia. I think they want to take an early fight there because they're at like basically OT cap, but did they get a cut? They did get a touch. I guess it works, but Checkmate needs to live. Oh my gosh, what? Oh my gosh! No way he gets the third. No way. I mean, it doesn't matter. Wait, hello? Wait, this is disengageable. Haku's back. Oh my gosh! He avoids the slam. That's it. They win it out. What would you rework Mauga with? I don't think you need to replace Cardiac. You just need to rework how Cardiac works. It needs to lean more into the overhealth, less into the lifesteal. And honestly, I think you need to completely remove the team benefit of it. I think you need to almost, if not completely remove it, significantly nerf the team AoE damage reduction and so on.
I think that's a pretty
The problem with the team synergy with that compared to like a Zarya bubble is it's thoughtful at the pro level, but then it's abused at the pro level. And it's really not that thoughtful in the lower rank level, you know? So it's like the worst of both worlds. It's abused at the higher levels and just not really important at all in lower levels, you know? And the whole concept that it's a selfless team, it's not. It's not. 99.9% of Maugas just use Cardiac for themselves.
Limited slightly, maybe a little bit more ground fire required at various points.
I don't know what teams have attempted. I have no insight there. Pharah swap is cool. Pharah is good versus Torb. It's interesting that they didn't try Pharah earlier. This might be a mid-round adjustment. I would not expect Checkmate to roll out on this necessarily. But Pharah is pretty good in this matchup here. Ken's gonna have a hard time here.
There's the first kill. Lapter taking out an Exodial from a mile away.
So Checkmate rolls out on Torb, and then he goes, oh, you're probably going to mirror me on Torb in this map, a bit more congested, so I'm going to counter comp my own swap from the previous round by going Pharah myself.
Ken low, oof, down still. That'll be point over.
So which is kind of funny.
Working away on it.
They're still running the Kiriko Juno, but I think the Kiriko is much weaker here because I think it's a lot harder to set up flanks because the map's a lot more compressed. Kiriko will be really good, yeah, so there's the Echo swap. Now the good news is that Kiriko, if Peps can steal a map or around here, Kiriko I think will be really good in the next round. There's a lot of space for Kiriko. That is the Sticky Sojourn perk there, that's kind of cool. Ken catches Landon, that looked like a hard flank there. And there's the Kiriko value, but oh my gosh, they just completely shut it down. There's Cardiac, there's Cardiac. I think Alcadia should be okay. Flip happens, but Alcadia can push now. Mauga had a double hard attack and died. Tracer gets guns. Cardiac, Cage. No Cardiac, excuse me. And then they Juno ult, but the Juno ult's way too late from Landon. So the idea there is the same concept behind using Kitsune into a Mauga ult, where like, yeah, your Mauga's in Cage, but he's damage boosted, so he's gonna murder the enemy Mauga. But the problem is just they got picked early, and then the Juno ult was too late. That's not a good. It's not well. That's really really bad. I have not seen enough of Landon's Juno, but I've heard a lot of not so great things. But I have not seen enough to have an opinion. Should be a fight win for Alcadia. They can cage fight barrage. And there it is. They need more than one, though. And they get two. Okay, so that's fine. Now, they just need to stabilize here, not get traded. Oh, they actually pop Kitsune into that. That's not smart. Kitsune into cage fight's fine, but not if there's a barrage. Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe the Kitsune is what allowed Mauga to live as long as he did. But in that case, we want to see Zodiel and Ken taking more deeper angles. So maybe that was more of a setup from Peps. Because to be fair, Aiznam lived a long time in there, into the double ult. Do I like Cage as an ult? No. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it is a very Marvel, I don't want to call it Marvel Rivals-esque. Oh wow, Lebda. Pharah just smokes him. Calling it a Marvel Rivals-esque ult is kind of insulting, but it's not. It's just AoE ultimate. I talked about this a long time ago in my What Happened to Ryan video a few months ago, but like generic AoE ultimates are kind of problematic with a lot of the tanks. I wouldn't say generic AoE ults, but just AoE ults in general. And it's actually not just the AoE aspect. Let me rephrase it. It's he's got the overclock perk. It's the AoE sustain ults, right? Cage Fight is a defensive cooldown. Orisa ultimate is a defensive cooldown. Ramatra ultimate is a defensive cooldown. Brigitte is really good at pocketing her DPS and controlling short-range obstacles. This map is very compressed. So like basically, if you look at like a Rhine ult, right, or a Grav, right, those are AoE, yes, but they're not sustain ults. Ken with a hard flank, probably a Mauga copy here we got. Yeah, Ken doesn't look comfortable on the Echo. There's the Juno ult. That's gonna burn. Ken's dead. I think the Echo's good, but I don't know if Ken is as good. He's more of a hit scan primarily player, I know. This is getting really messy. That cage fight for cage fight, that was really clever from Icenom to kind of hold the corner. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Pretty nice tracking though. Like that's awfully close there. Oh my days, he almost got it. He's got cardiac too now. Like this guy can hold. He's gonna be able to live there and come back with Juno ult. I'm butchering his name, I apologize. They need a Juno ult this now. Cardiac, Juno, Barrage, Suzu. Oh no, oh no, this is bad. This is really bad. They're gonna win this round potentially, guys. They still have Kitsune, they still have Soj. Tracer for the touch. But the reason why this is so bad is, as we said, then you don't want to go to the next round, I don't think, if you're Alcadia. That's where the Kiriko little pocket pick, I think, is a lot stronger on paper. No, checkmate gets a kill? What? Lebda has his ult too? Kitsune? Oh no! No! There's no way, guys! There's no way! Oh no! Checkmate just straight up one clips. He gets the touch and gets the trade. And Zodiel had the ult. They needed their own Sojourn ult. No way. Hero play from Checkmate there. Did he just not move? What happened? That should never happen. That's insane. Do I still have a roll of toilet paper? No, but I have it right here. In this playoffs, you're starting to see exactly why. Maybe it's more for blowing my nose occasionally, which if I'm in the middle of working or coaching and or cheap napkins. So why is Checkmate getting the kill there even though you get traded up? Because here's what you're expecting. You're expecting to get the touch and probably even die for it, right? Or just recall out and be out of the fight. So not only did you get the touch, yeah, you died, but you got 1 for 1, which is great because attacker for defender, you want to kill the defender because defender better position. But the crucial thing is it wasn't just 1 for 1, it was 1 for 1 with the guy with ultimate. Checkmate had nothing.
No, Labda has honestly just been so impressive.
So
throughout the entirety of stage
I'm for them to give Ram something closer to Bucky's ult. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think like this is. I don't think it's an accident that all the AoE sustained brawl tanks that have strong push pull and have AoE sustained ults. Because having an ultimate that allows you to survive a push, whether you're Orisa, Ramatra, or Mauga, is just so insanely valuable. So we could talk about cardiac, but we could also talk about the Overwatch 2 brawl tank design, except for Hazard, in terms of the ult design too.
Especially with that 5-map banger from the other week against VP.
The Devil's Snow.
I think now has to be considered.
I lie.
I don't know if they would be a favorite.
I mean, what's the alternative, guys? I'm taking a dump while I'm coaching. Like, how does that work? It's also more of a habit. I had bad allergies last year, and they're just kind of like the staple now. I hope they're not bad this year. I like that Cage has a downside that traps you too. Yeah, I mean, again, it's not a brain dead AoE ult. It's just, it is just yet another ult that can be used for sustain now. A bidet? You guys are morons.
Talk about there being the potential for the ball, but really,
I'm sorry to break it back again.
I
Yeah,
would
it's
like to see
probably
the
gonna be
potential
Mauga.
for either a Mauga ban or
Cronus.
some sort of Mauga related ban, but it
With a
also could
webcam?
just be the
Stream
case
for
of
the
both
toilet with a
teams shake
webcam.
hands and say, you know what,
Check
similar
DMs,
hero pools,
Spilo.
basically going to play the same thing. Like, well, what are we going to do here? You've essentially 2 off-field players between Ziad and Ice Storm. Whatever you ban
Wait.
is essentially going to be
Yeah, hang on.
bad for
Rack
both
sent me
you
a
and your
banger.
opponents. So there is that factor to consider.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be Pub
There
and
you go,
Mauga.
guys.
As much as I like to see Ziad back on something like the Diva, which
What do you
is
guys- what do you guys
historically
reckon?
we can consider it
Maybe?
a decent counter to the Mauga because you can eat a lot of the shots, so especially when he pops the cardiac.
What do you guys
overdrive.
think?
I think it's just going to be the mirror. I mean, you
Let's
heard the
do it,
interview
y'all.
from the
I mean,
previous
honestly,
episode, like, anything
think of the
else
time
with
saved.
Mauga, maybe?
I can tell you. I can tell you what they could do. Diva plus Anna is genuinely respectable.
I think this is
what
I don't
think
know.
Yu's like in
Yeah,
Mauga
no,
compared to
that'd
Korea.
just be
Korea
gross.
is
That'd
far
just be
more willing
gross.
to play Anna. It could be because you have guys like Shu. but
Like,
when
how do you
saw
wash
from
your
Wayne Marker,
hands when
good
you're,
old
like, coaching,
Ring
you know?
Ring
You-
Marker from Florida Mayhem,
It doesn't
he
work.
did an unbelievable job on the
Mean
Anna
chair.
versus Zeta,
World
which
Warcraft
is
gaming
likely
chair,
because
yeah.
now the team in the world right
So,
now,
I
genuinely,
appreciate the
they've got
thought,
Falcons
but
on the Mauga.
I don't know,
There's
guys.
Raccoon actually the last night as well. Spoilers, but
This has
what
nothing to
brings
do
you
with
is that
off-angling the
part of
beast.
The real capability for teams like Way and Crazy Raccoon is they
All right,
have
chat. Let's run an ad. Oh, I already ran an ad. Okay.
You know what? On a band here.
On a ban.
Kinda speaks to
Okay. Next break, we're gonna do a couple of perks. I have it timestamped or stamped where we finished off last time. Let me get my perk notes pulled up here.
Okay, but it's not normal. Typically, it is Brig and Juno, which means there's no Curry, nothing to really stop the Ana from doing whatever she wants on the map. Unless you ban her.
Peps end up banning her. We saw a ban of Ana last.
Okay, I got my perk notes pulled up, so after this map, we'll be good to go.
Pigeons, Amber. Have you got any facts first? Rose always comes with a fact.
Off angle the dung.
They're a bird.
Do you not when you're not
That's
coaching? What are you talking
facts,
about?
bro. It's so true.
No lies detected. Yo, no lies detected there.
Spit
Got
your
him.
facts
Low hygiene for the risk of death.
I was also going to mention,
Go on.
probably not
Yeah, it just couldn't work.
Echo is the Genji ban from the last map. Now that he's free from that, Genji being available once more should be definitely on board.
You don't have the
Ken
OBS Sojourn
Genji
perks?
is
I don't give a
certainly
frick.
the
If you guys can't remember the
signature
perks,
there,
frick
and
you.
when look at where the Peps lineup is,
I think I can remember like
by the
95% of perks.
Zerion probably will swap here as well. Is it speed team out? Then swap.
Nice, Noisel. Illinois.
They really
Noisel? Lou, thank you for the sub.
completed the 5 heroes required, but just
Mauga.
by one.
Thrilling.
Time for some.
Kiriko's pretty good here. I mean, at least first fight here. I think
For ice.
maybe even better than Brigitte for this point, but obviously has this.
Very high impact ult as well to win fights. That rush
So,
and the ray.
I actually am like, I don't know, Ken is like playing a little bit of mystery heroes here. Because I don't like the Genji in first point here, but you're running with the Kiri, so like, is the Kiri off-angling? But like, I don't know, Kiri can do a lot of work here in this range. Like, you can do a lot of damage. And Brigitte can't really do much, but yeah. There you go.
That means they can't have any point control. They abandon.
Why is it always
Seattle
Samoa
also dies
Suravasa?
before getting healed. Landon can't
Probably
transfer
just
any
consistency
damage into
in terms of like the
Global
map
Advantage.
output. Like they're newer maps, so there's like a little bit less harsh variance in terms of what you're playing into. I mean, Samoa definitely has some adjustments that you're going to need to make, but
They want to go for the Genji, but
Pretty-
they
pretty
don't
consistent
want the
map, you know?
Mauga here for it. Unfortunately, there's no Ana. If you could play the
I need my
Diva Ana
perks.
Here, it would be nice.
why do you feel like Kiriko has less link potential on compressed maps? It's because Kiriko, especially since season 9, doesn't have 2-tap potential, and she's so easy to clear on short range maps. Kiriko really truly is a medium or long range character. She's not a short range character. She never really was, but you could get the 2-taps and so on. That's not the case anymore. You need spread, you need range, you need uptime, you need poke. Especially with like the new perks and so on. What the frick? I think they're just trying to do some weird rotation at close distance. The Diva swap is kind of cool. Man, yeah, they sacrificed the Diva, but they get the chaotic setup there. Like, say what you will about checkmate, but that did create a lot of space. That caused a lot of distraction there. What a terrible map. I mean, I don't. This point in particular, yeah, it is a bit messy, but this map is okay overall. More Mauga nipple PvE. Bro, have you guys ever played that custom game? I thought it was. That's a legit custom game. Like, it's actually, like, kind of interesting. It's like, you know, brain rot. It's not going to be something you play for hours, but it's definitely like, whoa, this is kind of funny.
bit of a reset here, and most importantly, it would
to force Zerion onto Brigitte. Yeah, it's definitely feels like the D.Va is more about the double quote-unquote poke backline. And man, they hit that hard, didn't they?
Easy does it. 3 kills for Lapdog.
Does Zerion have to swap, though, on this map? Maybe? I don't think he swaps now. He's got Kitsune. What was the poop one, guys? What was the poop custom game? It was really weird. Everyone had like weird abilities. Like, I'm not even joking. What is it called?
Kind of scolding Exodio on this matchup. 2 maps in a row. Last map was like a little bit more.
Zebra, I think so. I haven't seen what perks they run yet. That's a pretty big D.Va bomb. That is not something you want to run away from, and yet they absolutely have to. They actually blew like everything there. Like, that was kind of everything. That was 4 ultimates. But you got 3, so yeah, there's the Brigitte swap. Not Flappy Mercy. No, there's a freaking poop one, guys. There's like a freaking... I thought it was a joke, but it's like a legit...
Surely not. No, they don't. Okay.
Hey, Penguin, why are you saying sweaty, glorious Papa Spilo? Alright, Juno Ol here should be a fight win for Peps. And this point's going to feel pretty good for Brigitte, a little bit more compressed. 2 of the points have nice boops. Yeah. Ziad will probably swap back to Mauga after this fight here, but they might just try to disengage this. Oh, they're just going to go for a crazy backline trade. Interesting, interesting. I don't know if I like that. You were there first. But hey, I guess they bait the push and then disengage it, but... I don't know. I feel like Ziad's just going to die. They just need to walk away. Give them flip, man. Looks like some creative pushes, though. Maybe this works. I don't know. It better work, because that's a lot of time you're giving on the wrong character. Yeah, it's going to work, chat. I think it's going to work. Islam's going to die. Crazy. Nice little setup there. I mean, like... it wasn't my cup of tea the way that they set up. Would have preferred just to disengage, but maybe they thought they'd lose too much space, and it works. And Ziad just goes back to Mauga. Yeah, I thought it too, to Beast. I thought for sure that they're going to abuse the fact that they got there first, set up a good angle, and kind of force Peps to blow the ult and then just disengage, but they forced it. It was weird. Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely Brigitte props. I mean, there's a lot of enablers in this character. Sojourn enables this a lot in a way. Brigitte is definitely number 2, I think. There's the disengage there. Counter. Why was Ice Nom? What the frick was that push? Why did they push into that with Rally? That was really bad team play from Peps. They were a completely different page about what to do there. The big perks are absolutely insane, yes. Perma Inspire uptime, basically. Almost doubles your armor pack burst heal. Crazy. And now back to the Kiriko. Yeah. I think from Peps, it's pretty reasonable to try that. Like, you know, D.Va's an inferior hero, I think, even with all the perks and stuff. So, like, even if you lose the D.Va fights, like, Ziad might just go back to D.Va. Like, it's also, like, your strength, right? Like, you're not going to win the Juno Brigitte. At least I don't think they should on paper, right? So, what do you mean? How does it triple it? Brax, what? Am I misjudging the burst heal? I thought the burst heal was already 25 or 35. Oh, it's 15? The burst heal's 15? Oh. How did I not know that? Okay. Oh, well then frick me, man. Little angle setup. Sojourn ult used early. I like that. It's a good opener ult. That's going to force Brigitte ult. He's going to deepen the angle. He's got the over health. He's got the over whatever. They're going to pop Brig. They're going to got cage. He runs through the cage. That's an unfortunate miss. And then we've got like legit ult mess. And you want to know why people don't like Mauga metas? This is why. Can't see jack. I don't play Overwatch. That's true. Hey, Static. So disappointed that Brigitte perks are so broke. Yeah. Well, the part about Brig is just like a couple of fun perks, but they're, I think, a lot of time in pro play, especially just not as good. At least for these metas, you know. Kiriko, Ana, and Brigitte, I feel like the biggest winners of this patch. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Could be worse, you know? Could be Moira Mercy, you know?
just before Zerion is able to find that ultimate as well. So no situation where they can maybe outplay the cage. Many of those members obviously don't want to play in the cage. There's just nothing to really do there for Team Peps. Alcadia is able to at least get a pretty decent flip. Saving this time. This is the big difference here. You notice that Peps had to burn 4 ultimates.
I think it's for the Tracer matchup, Duck. I think it's in dive.
Peps have nothing to respond with.
I think it's in dive. They like certain, like, there's like some text, like you can whip shot a Tracer into a wall or something like that.
They're going to use the overclock super early. Alcadia with very proactive.
So it's like if you can hit the flanker with it, it's nice.
They're just going to continue to go though. There's the counter stun straight on both the
These fights are so weird. That felt like such an early fight. Ana minor perks are so strong they could be a major. Yeah, I mean they're some of the stronger minors. I don't for sure. Hey J Chem, thank you for the 7 months. Which perks do you think will change mid-season? I mean, pretty obvious, I think, for most of them. I think they even said in the AMA, like, what perks do you think are going to get nerfed or removed or probably going to get removed. A lot of the power creep ones, yeah, and then Alcadia is. The Alcadia is just the better push-pull team, so GG's. They're looking more comfortable on the meta.
The only thing that I thought was maybe a little bit too far was the super early pop on the overclock.
I feel like Junker Queen Ana comps could do something against the Mauga. Yeah, the problem is you want to have speed. You know, Ana's definitely more of a static character. So would you run Junker Queen Ana Lucio? Maybe. Maybe. But then the AoE damage reduction from Cardiac might just be too strong. And also the problem is that Ana, Lucio, Junker Queen haven't been like the most popular characters the entire year of 2024. So like you would, I don't know.
If you were to stagger one person and you accidentally staggered the tank,
I think it's gonna be a mixture of both, Calyx. I think for the most part we're gonna see perks being prioritized because of it's the most important thing right now. But I think they will do some base character adjustments for sure. But it maybe not even. It might be a little bit. Yeah, Tracer sinks a pro play. Yeah, she's horrible versus this and with this. But if it's not this, you'll probably see Tracer.
And somehow they can just
okay. Let's
move on one by one, just slowly.
Let's skadoodle back to our Percocets. And let's do some perks. So, wait, what? Oh, there. Yeah. So we're reworking. We're going through and trying to provide a big perk project, and we open it up to the public. Sadly, it's not open right now. So if you have any ideas, sorry, get fricked. Yeah. Because I have like an unbelievable amount of responses. I mean, it might be 1,000 responses. It's insane. So if you have any ideas, get fricked, but we're going to look at them together. This is where we stopped last time. Ana, replace Sleep Dart with Ender Pearl. Projectile with Steep Arc that teleports you to where it lands. I've seen this idea a couple of times. It's interesting, but honestly, it does have a travel time, but like, I don't know. I just don't know if I love the concept of just reposition cooldowns. Like, I know I'm most Mr. Mobility Creep guy, but I'm way more of a fan of like between fight rotations with like movement speed and so on. I just don't know. Yeah. This isn't the only suggestion though. We've had a lot of people that give like on a wall climb, give on a dash. I'm just like, is there anything we can do to allow give on a mobility, but like without giving her a mobility cooldown, you know? Regain some of the old joy of uppercut. Let me zoom in just a little bit so you guys can see. Whoops, that's not what I meant to zoom in on. Oh, I'm sorry, Brian. Some guy says, I was typing and it closed right as I was typing. That's a disaster. It's a little too zoomed in. Empowered Punch can work in all directions at the cost of not giving bonus distance. I actually kind of like that. Am I crazy? Like punch, going omnidirectional punch at the expense of distance could be kind of fun. Here are our rules. I'm not going to go over them all right now because this is just more of a side project. But if you want to like pause stream and look at our rules here, we explain them more on Thursday, but being a professional streamer, I'm not going to elaborate as much as I did then because I don't want to repeat myself. Punch, omnidirectional, but loose, distance. Okay, they're pulling up the next map, so we can only do a few more. Okay, maybe we shouldn't have Yadolf Yitler in here. Can we change the name here? Yeah, we might have to. Okay, chat, remind me to have a conversation with Yadolf Yitler. Yeah, I don't know. Like maybe I'll kick and be like, hey, let's change name profile picture. Thanks. I think perks for a decent amount of characters should focus on changing gun functions since we do more shooting Overwatch 2. Potentially, yeah. Venture, let them have. Okay, yeah, we gotta go, yo.
Oh, don't worry. I'll put it in with the big boss upstairs.
More verticality, so maybe we see how much. Okay, chat.
Back on the Lucio.
Preds right now. Odds that this devolves back to a Malgamir by second point.
A 1-for-1 trade. Definitely going to favor Team Peps here. I do not believe Alcadia can stay in this any longer. Have to start backing out before you get staggered. Any staggers here can cost you a lot of
second point.
Space, especially if it's the Diva.
30 seconds poll right now. It's in my Twitch chat right now. Second point, not third point. Third point's kind of low-hanging fruit here.
Only one survivor there by the looks of it, and it's Haku gets away on the Lucio.
They all will catch the same wave, so not too much lost there, but you do see one of the main things you do.
I'm going to wait until you guys actually say your opinion before I say mine, because I don't want to sway.
Peps will hold that. Alcadia, this retake might be a little uncomfortable. Payload's already moved a decent distance.
Pick up here from Checkmate.
All right, my opinion is no. I think the map is a little too sharp. I think Peps has realized that they can't function on the Mauga, and so they're going to force a different composition, and that's going to then force Alcadia into something different as well. But there's a chance.
Okay, they're back. Obviously, Katsia losing Landon, but that's a
too long, too open, too weird.
Even need to go back for the taxi.
This is not a Flashpoint Survasa. This is not a Samoa. This is open. This is tall.
Now's a good time to go.
It's like me. Big, strong, tall, charming, stony, American, restaurant, payload. Oh, frick.
Everybody was so low, just carrying behind that big sign.
Oh, hazard. Beady. They need to connect on the Sojourn or disengage. Looks like they're going to disengage. I don't hate that. Kenjamin gets sent back to the grave. That's tough, man. And Lev does. This guy's a Pharaoh one trick. Remember that, guys? Like, he wasn't actually a Pharaoh one trick, but this guy has really spread his wings. And I'm sure this was a development that happened sooner, but this is the first I'm seeing of it, at least at this level.
Maybe the difficulty is like, where do you actually put the Kiriko Kitsune rush? Because you need to impact Icon. You can't just put it on the ground and hope for the best.
There's your Tracer. There's the Juno ult. I don't think they can live this. No way. Ooh, that was clean. Oh, wait, he's going to go for it? Oh, he's going to go for it. I like that ult, actually. That allows him to live and just hold the angle. And so, oh, no, we needed to just wait. We needed to wait. No. Okay, so this is a 2v1.
So there will be an extra stagger here from Ziad, but can he hold on long enough?
Haku needs to get back in. It's a two-man beat, but I think on the
Okay, they need to disengage that, and then they can hold the freaking FD god. No, come on. Dude, Peps has come like inches away from winning this like 3 times. They just need the Tracer to live, then she doesn't live. They need the Hazard to live, he doesn't live. They need the Lucio to live, he doesn't live. They catch the baby, that's big. They go Diva just, I think, to get back faster. He's never actually been a Pharaoh. I know, but you know what I'm saying. Like, going from not actually Pharaoh OTP to playing really well in a hit scan character, it's kind of a whiplash moment here. Does Ice Storm swap or does he stay? Maybe he stays because Pharah. But then that forces Genji swap.
Kind of ridiculous damage coming through. People kind of forgetting that Hazard is pretty much still playable. countered largely by things like Torb and Sim, but really speaks to the fact that they banned Torb, which enables the Hazard a lot more. Ice Mom, not back the Hazard, he's on deep.
Yeah, so is the Torb ban like a Hazard enabler?
Anyway.
Is he just Dumpster and Hazard? These are like the little micro interactions I'm less familiar with right now. Sell Kidney. Good try. Sojourn Angle's free. Sojourn ult soon. Maybe Kitsune and Cart. There's the Kitsune and Cart. That's going to kind of force the Diva out, which then allows you to take space off the... Ooh, nice Ken. Kenjamin. Diva Bombs Forest. Really nice little trade there from Peps. Really nice little trade. You get your one, you get your space, you get your card. Islam's a little bit... Oh, ah! A little overextended there from downtown. Sojourn ult's responded with... He's getting to go to the super overclock. Zodiel gets caught with his pants down. They're able to bully Lebda out, but... Oh, he gets him. Huge. Suzu's used, but this should be a fight win for Peps.
And that should be the second point, Avril.
And that is one thing that Ice can do on Diva that Hazard would not.
So does Torb just poke out Hazard a lot?
Honestly, I could see a maybe abandon their high ground a little bit too early.
Just a lot of poke. Doesn't really die to a dive kind of a thing.
If they can get back to the point, I think you're right. It is definitely going to be the cap. Ziad couldn't be the one to get there, and if he's not up, there isn't going to be a touch at all.
Why is Torb actually a factor in pro play? I think he just got power crept, honestly. Well, predictions in shambles.
And with the pressure from Islam also chasing, swapping now back over towards the Hazard. Now that you don't need
predictions in shambles. Actually, you know what? I will be super lenient. If we see Amalgamir on the other defense, I will call the poll inconclusive. I'll cancel it, so you get your points refunded. But there has to be Amalgamir on second point the other way around. There has to be, and if there's not, you're fricked.
Peps have ultimates here. Let's go. Zerian, it's time. He knows Landon just used low.
Yeah, you don't even have that great turret break, yeah. I literally think Torb, there's no like advanced meta understanding of why he's being played, like there is with like a Mauga, for example. I just think he's freaking strong. He's just strong. He's strong character. He's very strong. Perk's good. Before Perk's good. I think a lot of poke DPS not being quite as good is part of that factor. Weird push there. He's just stats. Yeah, exactly. He's a power creeper. We don't always see power creeper in pro meta. Like if I look at power creepers right now, I think Sojourn's probably the strongest character that's being played on our screen right now. Maybe Kiriko is somewhere in that argument post perks, pre perks no. But I think it's Sojourn's the strongest character being played right now. I think everything else is more of a compliment around the different stuff. Ball, yeah, Ball as well. Ball you just see less of because of how hard he is to play. They're like, Alcadia's just going, man. Like, really? I don't know about this.
Right, activity was the word of the day, and they're just continuing to make sure everybody knows what it means.
But you don't get value off that. This is not going to result in any kills. It's not going to result in enough time burnt. I mean, yes, Peps do need to be able to get out of spawn.
Kind of worst case scenario there for Alcadia. Use an ult. They don't even use an ult, and they might use an ult now. See, like, yeah, you use an ult now. Ken needs... Okay, wow. Ken, that was not the best time played. I don't think he even had deflect there. I don't know, man. Ken is just kind of... He needed to not die there, man. Like, freaking go in, get the snowball, 4v5, it's totally fine. The ult was the idea of the ult, but I don't know. It feels messy. Why not Ana, though? There are no Ana players in this... Yeah, exactly what Sarah Lee said. Not a single guy plays Ana in this lobby. How's the poop been? Great, man. Thanks. Beat. So, Hazard ult's good. It doesn't need to connect. It just totally zones them out. And so then they're going to win the fight off of that. Checkmate should die. Oh, C9er.
The map, or the round, sorry. 2 points.
That sucks. That was actually like a pretty reasonable trade there from Peps. Peps should be kicking themselves for that one.
No high impact ultimates connecting.
That actually is.
Wait, what is Porcupine Zebra talking about? What should work with the passive?
Barely missed out on the touch there at the same time as the Casino action. That's what was going to have the capability of carrying a little longer.
Wait, the passive? What passive?
He would have respawned, and if the rest of Peps can sort of continue that fight with the 4 remaining members on top of the Katsuna rush, it would have been fine. So let's take a look at that. It's double tanks down. Checkmate's low here. Has run out of blade. I think this is actually quite winnable. You have...
Oh, it's definitely winnable, bro. Definitely winnable.
All Ken needed to do was touch. Yeah, I'll call it.
Look around the corner too, just onto the left here. Look.
Yeah, I'll certify the scene.
Oh, the bash and grenade pass doesn't work with the tank farm. Wait, what? Why?
There it is.
That's a bug. You should report that, or I don't know how you report that. Maybe I can report that. Somebody message me on Discord, will you? I'll report that. It should work. It should work. You should be able to grenade yourself a tank farm.
Third cap, a very awkward spot as well to actually have the payload end just in that kind of straightaway, not quite close to the last point at all. And it's
No, Landon plays flex support. He's just not an Ana player. He's an old BAP 1 trick that's learned Kiriko over the years, and has filled on other characters as necessary. He's a good player. He's at times has been probably the best Baptiste in the world. Oh, comms. We got comms.
Yeah, I can feed you right side.
Can you go now?
Yeah. 3,
Go.
1,
That's Landon calling the 3-2-1.
How much touch?
Back on all hit.
That's checkmate.
Touch carry one. Touch carry one.
Hold on. Sorry. Hold on. Nice trade. It's 4v3, okay? Nice step there.
Speeding.
The angle from Lebda.
Okay, no tank. You didn't touch either.
But that was enabled by a really hard push from the other side.
40 beam. Holding
You
top.
have nothing.
Man, Alcadia just continues to deliver on the Sojourn in these neutrals, man.
So Land's kind of calling the timing of the rotations and so on. At least it looked a little bit like that. So, and then Lebda just off angles pops off.
Easily.
I mean, the fact that Twisted Minds
Tracer is a bit odd here, honestly. Like, she's not terrible, but the verticality and the Genji's able to provide. Ah, man, Ken is just on a different. Ken is getting kind of punished, man. Ken has definitely been the weak point for Peps. He doesn't look as comfortable. It's a bit odd to have Kim and Zodiel on the same. Well, that's a bit of an overextension. But like, Tracer's not terrible here. It's just very difficult. You have to be very patient, and like, Genji provides way more immediate value. Venture, no, probably too spread out. Venture would work more if there was like more Mauga style angles, like tighter angles. You'd see more Venture.
Yeah, can cost them the extra couple of seconds, but that is the disgusting timing. How long?
Yeah, Sojourn is really strong. Sojourn is really strong. Ever since they buffed to rail damage again, it just kind of reintroduced the breakpoint problem.
As we have even high ground advantage,
Yeah, the angles are just a little too open.
Even start with high ground advantage for B as well.
Bad news for the Predators. You better see some Mauga here, otherwise you guys are kind of screwed.
Blade for checkmate. They got orbital rail. Pretty much everything they need to win this next fight. FT got the sound barrier.
Juno ult. Oh, no. That shouldn't happen. Landon gets smoked. It's a good Juno ult in terms of timing, but he just gets kind of caught in the open. Zodiel needs to live, though. Ken gets his one. Checkmate mid-fight. He gets the Suzu, or does he get the Suzu? Or Ken gets his one. It's not a bad trade. If Ken can live, it's okay. Ken needs to live, though. Ken does not live. Dang it.
Free blade to come on through, nothing to really counter it. You have a situation where, honestly, Peps did a
Yeah, actually, the bans just basically means guaranteed not Mauga. Like, Brigitte really props up Mauga in terms of the DPS situations, right? It's the synergy between those characters, not necessarily directly, but the composition as a whole. And also, somebody mentioned earlier the Tor ban helps a lot, too. So, people paying attention to the bans, I guess.
Overclock on high ground. There's absolutely no chance you win this
I don't hate the overclock, but it did feel a little early. Wow, there's a good push there. They caught Haku. And was that an Ajax chat, or did he use it? No, I think he used it. I don't know. I missed the previous fight. I was looking at chat. My bad.
Probably have seen, not that Lab hasn't done enough. He really has done most of this work for Alcadia, not to say that. Because
Sojourn technically doesn't have a one shot. That's why. It's not. I agree with you that Sojourn's been like they don't know what to do with Sojourn, but yeah.
Ziada's in the middle, that can't stop it by himself.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Momentarily afterwards, and Alcadia don't have the capability to trade numbers unless Labder's the one just shooting everybody in.
Brigitte is a character that enables off angles, while Mauga is able to play unmain. Without Brigitte, Mauga meta probably wouldn't work, because you need a support that can prop up off angles, DPS, right? But that doesn't have to flank herself all the time. And there is no other support that does that.
High ground control though continues to be an issue.
By the way,
Peps.
The race here is between FD gonna land because Alcadia are waiting for some sort of entry. The entry will either come from lab to headshot someone. It may just
Someone
be
gets
it.
picked there. That's a bit sloppy.
Of course, doesn't connect with
They're going to play slow for Kitsune and probably just dump the Kitsune from top. There it is. FD God needs to live. He gets the beat off. It's a good one. That's going to be enough sustain for a little bit. That's going to buy some time for Zodiel. They might not have expected that beat either, which is going to allow... Actually, you know what? They should have expected it. Ice Numb! Oh, that's a bit of an overextension there. I don't know what the plan... I don't know what Zario's there. But Zodiel can have to be getting trades now. Like, it has to be happening now. Yeah, they tried, but it was too far of an extension. The beat to sustain there would have been fine and just play until you get your ults.
And because the payload is at the end here, they can just cap straight away with no respawn.
Yeah, packs. It's packs. It's armor pack. Yeah.
At a risk of losing very, very soon. Okay, there is enough distance barely on the payload here.
Kiriko's not ruining the game at all. Kiriko has nothing to do with what's being played right. And honestly, this is still a little bit more interesting than Mauga.
Nicely played though. 3 ultimates coming online, including the potential for either a tempo beat or more likely to counter Azerion and Ken. But Katia have a lot of ults.
No deflect means it's go time for
early Sojourner. They need to get a trade here. Oh, that's a good push, man. They might get one. Oh, man. Oh, that's so close. This is winnable. Yeah, I'll do the gamble as soon as this is over. I'm a little locked in right now. Good disengage. Freaking Ken! No! No. They might need to Kitsune this 4v5. It's a good shot. They need to Kitsune rush this. There it is. So Kitsune, careful of the beat, careful of the beat, careful of the beat, careful of the beat. Nice. Good focus on the Genji. And beat! Alright, Ken. Alright, Ken. This might be your moment, my friend. Maybe they don't even need it. Come on, Ken! Come on, Ken! Not the best blade. Landon needs to die. Dude, this is just straight up mechanics. This is all just mechanics right here. They had a 4v5 with an active blade and they got lost in the sauce. There's actually no way that Peps loses that. That is insanity right there. That's crazy.
Quite cleanly too, 3-0.
Disaster.
And it looked like Peps might have been able to bring that one back as well because they're the 5 versus 4.
Choose outcome.
The rest of Alcadia, they
no.
Know the blade is online for Ken. They want to counter the blade. That's what Haku was saving the B for. It was looking disastrous, honestly. With checkmate down, Haku wanted to actually save
good map.
Checkmate's life.
Good map. I mean, more enjoyable than the other map. It's definitely a little bit more space to see stuff here.
4-man beat. And the blade's gonna be free from Ken.
It's just hard for Ken. Like, I swear Ken is a primarily hit scan player. And when you're playing with Zodiel or whatever the frick his name is, how you pronounce it, on Sojourn, like, you're just not going to take that spot, you know? So it's like, he's just kind of like in a weird flex position maybe, but he doesn't really main any of the characters he's playing. I don't think he's a Tracer specialist. He's not a Torb specialist. He's not an Echo specialist. It's just like, what do you do, man? Like, I don't know. Just feels like... And it's not, I don't want to just beat on Ken either. There's obviously, like, I think there's a lot of other things that went well for Alcadia there as well, but yeah.
Not just the map, but the entire series. Kind of momentum, confidence.
Pretty good match. I mean, all things considered, it could be worse.
Dunked on everybody on Team Peps.
Soon on Tracer, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Soon may not be as flexible as they need him to be. And honestly, Tracer isn't really the hero that you want to be forcing either. Like, Tracer's fine there in that particular situation, maybe. But Ken is probably a lot more flexible than Soon. So, that being said.
Yeah, I mean, look.
And Soon is probably not in his prime anymore. He's got a lot of work to do at best, you know.
Control a little close, but the series score begs to differ. 3-0 from Alcadia.
But yeah, okay, let's take a quick look here at some. Give me just a second. Let's get the perks pulled up. And we keep going here. Wait, oh, people are saying I should fight. Oh, I forgot about that, dude. I just did it to be stupid. Let's see here. Wait, where is it? All right, here we go. Guys, if I challenge an Overwatch content creator to a fight to the death with nothing but a folding chair, who should I go for? Do you think Overwatch just needs to implement for the various select individual players to watch a rematch? Maybe Saltlock, yeah. They used to have that back at early in Overwatch League, but Do you know if partner seems to change another making lanes? I'm not sure. I would defeat you, says SK. All right, SK. Flats Boger says. Super? Oh gosh. Flats or J3, awkward, go big or go home. Red Knight, Emong, awkward, funny answer, flats. David versus Goliath, if you will. Flats because I want to see you lose. True. Actually, true story. I think flats would. I think I can handle everybody, but flats would be hard. Flats would be rough. I'm not gonna lie with you guys. Flats is just so freaking big and strong. I don't know if you guys. He used to play football. You guys know that, right? Like. I think flats is legit the one I'd have to be scared of for sure. Like, people say size doesn't matter with training, but it definitely does. Like, if flats was like didn't have any strength or never, like I've rolled, wrestled, sparred big guys, right? And if they're untrained, you can handle them. But a big guy that's strong, you know, it's pretty tough. It's tough. He's a strong dude, so I don't know. Flats would be a tough one. I'm not gonna lie with you guys. You'd have to fatigue him out. Like you'd have to like play the long game, you know, sting like a fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee or whatever, float like a butterfly. You know, I'd have to rope-a-dope flats. I legit would have to rope-a-dope flats. You get what I'm saying? Like just wear them out. You know, take some of the strength out of it, and then chip away at his like knees and stuff. You wouldn't even be able to go for the head at all. You know? So you just have to wing them out. I think I could handle everybody else though, because either they're close enough in size, because they're all close enough in size and the training diff. You know what I'm saying? So it flats would be the big one. You'd have to use speed to kind of keep distance. Yeah. No, he plays Overwatch. Yeah. Would you win if you got Nano in that hypothetical fight? Yeah, for sure. I mean, Nano Boost would just make it broken. Imagine if I was like 50% stronger and took 50% less damage, even if just for 5 seconds. Dude, yeah, there's no way. Anybody gets Nano, like, that's just broken. Who's Kara? Yeah. Oh, Karq. Oh. I don't know. Karq seems pretty fit, but again, it's just training diff. Like, if there's even... I don't think... Flats is the only content creator I think who's way bigger than I am. Reinforce is another shot. Reinforce is way bigger than I am too. But I don't know how strong Reinforce... He's probably pretty strong. I think Reinforce trains. But there's only a couple... Like, you guys make fun of how short I am, but I'm not that much smaller than, like... I'm bigger than a lot of content creators, like, taller. Craggy? I don't know about Craggy as much. I haven't seen Craggy before. No, it's 50% damage reduction. Yeah. Yeah, what would be my Nano Boost voice line? It would just be like, well, who's the guy that just screams? Is it Hazard? Just like, no! You know, like... J3. Funny thing about J3 is he's obviously short. Like he's I think a little bit shorter than I am, about an inch shorter than I am. But like he's not like the shortest guy ever. Like he's like pretty normal. Boger made a few, unfortunately. What does that mean? I'm about to Spylo up the place. Breaking the glass. Breaking the glass! I'm about to Spylo up the place! You know? Boger would not roll me. Boger is very strong, but it's similar in size. Doesn't Mauga scream too? Maybe, yeah. It's England time! Biggie Cheese? I don't know. I don't know what Biggie Cheese looks like, but surely, right? You know the Winston says nano jump. Would you say nano angle? Yeah. Nano jump. Yeah, I just say, but not like that. Yeah, I know people. You were critical of Hazard's, some of the Hazard's lines and just nonsense and spouting. But dude, honestly, like frick them. I think Hazard's voice acting and lines and just insanity are just peak. I freaking love that. Like literally enhances my enjoyment of Hazard. Uber's taller than me. I don't think he's not stronger than me, but he's taller than me. So to Uber would be. I don't know how much Uber is trained though. Uber's like in that medium, you know. Uber would be more challenging than most folks for sure. Hydron? No. Hydron doesn't train. Hydron's about the same strength as me. He's taller than I am by 2 inches, I think. But I don't think he trains. I'm just under 5'9". As you see, it smoke me. Yeah, Hydron broke a girl's arm. I think it was Toronto, I think. But there's also a reason I don't arm wrestle. I do not arm wrestle. For that exact reason. Stefano? Oh, Ing's game. We'll watch the Way versus Ed versus New Queens. There's a flank on a masterpiece. Remind me later if we have time. Wait, where are we at with the map? Okay, we still good for time. Stefano would own spell. Sojourn not counter the Mauga though. Yeah, I mean it's more of just a question of like I know what you're saying. I had the same like you do build rail off of the Mauga 24/7, but at the same time if the Mauga is getting support, it's like a synergistic kind of relationship. It's weird. Would AI all over spot? Yes, Stefano would do like psychological damage to me. He'd do like psychological damage to me. My brain would explode. The problem with Ana, guys, is that Ana, when there's a brawlier meta, Ana is slower, so you need something like you'd have to play Ana Lucio. I think the question is why is Ana Lucio not meta? Ana Lucio doesn't work with Mauga as much. I mean, it could work in a Mauga meta as much, but like it's more long. But why is Ana Lucio not as meta? Is it because we don't support our DPS as much as a Brigitte armor pack? Is that too restrictive for the DPS that you play? Is Ana Lucio too hard and it hasn't been too long since people have played it? Is Beat not as good as Rally, Juno? So how many members of chat could you take in a gauntlet style 1v1? I don't know. You guys tell me. Are there any of you guys that train? Okay, so here's my stats. Okay, 5'9". Used to train a lot. Don't train as much anymore, but still am able to wrestle and strike competitively. 180, 185. About 11-12% body fat, realistically. And that's not like me exaggerating. That's because everyone's like, oh, I'm like 8%. I was a wrestling coach at a UFC gym. All right, what's your stats, though? What's your stats? Not 9 centimeters. 5'9". 5'11", Dusanda, Chinese kickboxing plus performance he made, judo 150. All right, that one would be close, but I got a big size advantage over you. Big size advantage. If I close the distance, that 30, 35 pounds would be tough for you. But you do have range diff, though. 5'11", short. Why do you say 5'11" foot short? Oh, 250, 99% body fat. 5'7", 180. Ooh, that would be tough, Spicy Basilisk. That would be honestly, that would be like a duel to the death, honestly. Me and Spicy Basilisk, guys got wrestling coach, UFC jam. We're built kind of the same. I've got a little bit of height, a little bit of a weight advantage. 6'2", 185, 6 years of doing MMA, Muay Thai plus wrestling mainly. Honestly, you probably beat me then. You probably beat me. Because we have similar weights, but you got slight height advantage, and it sounds like you're more fresh with your training than I am. Did I see your dollar challenge? No, I didn't. Repeat it. Lift 5 days a week, 8 years, hop keto. I'm not familiar with hop keto. Blue belt, BJJ, 74 kilos, 5'6", I think you cook me. Maybe, but you're fresher. We're similar in size. No striking background, only wrestling and BJJ, yeah. But, I mean, if you had to choose one, you'd choose wrestling and BJJ. But, yeah, striking definitely helps a little bit. You do nothing, so you win automatically? Okay. Why would you want to beat the crap out of your viewers? Is that even a question? I feel like that should be obvious. What if I bring a gun? Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Not martial arts technique. Because we could have a long conversation about like what martial arts I think are best for self-defense and also training. It's also hard to quantify like how long have you been training is like the biggest question. And what do you train? That's like really the only questions. What is the cell kidney for? I don't know. It's just, I don't know. The Junker Queen is good against them. It's just that pro teams aren't using it. It could, yeah, I do question about the Junker Queen, but yeah. Die less than 3 times and win $44. To prove my point, if you agree to pay $10, you don't have to stream live link. No, I turn your challenge down, but I appreciate the offer. Which Overwatch coach would you least want to take on for a folding chair? I don't know. What are I guess awkward trains, some awkward lifts, awkward boxes. I don't know any other Overwatch coach that does anything though. Like whether it's a team coach or not. I think it's just that, right? Albert? I don't think so. I mean, Albert trains, yeah. I think he lifts. Would I beat up Ralph? I would pay to beat up Ralph. I appreciate the offer, Truzino, though. So the picture on the Twitch channel is a thirst trap? What are you talking about? Chad, is this a thirst trap? I just ran into this picture yesterday while I was cleaning up my computer because I like cataloging my pictures and videos. And I was like, oh, that's cute. My wife must have taken it when we were playing, and I just thought it was a cute picture. How is it a thirst trap? I don't understand the definition of thirst trap, I guess. Ah, cat. Yeah, that's actually true. She's cute. She's where's she chilling? Hi, I'm alright. Look. See? Hi. See? She just loves being held. And you guys act like biceps being exposed, but it's not even like a good shot of the bicep either. It's just like a side angle. Here, look outside. Cake? Really? I did not notice. Oh, come on, dude. I'm not even angled towards the camera. I just think it's a community problem. I'm working on my squat, though. I had a back injury in football back when I was at high school, and I have not gone for like a max back squat in like... Okay, so basically here's the strat, okay? There's something wrong with my tailbone where it's too compressed. I've had it x-rayed. It's too compressed in the last couple of vertebrae. So if I lose any sort of tension, like even a tiny bit of tension with my core, it pinches a nerve. There's something wrong. So basically what will happen is I'll do a back squat. This sometimes happens with dev as well. And I get to like, the bottom, because I've got really good hip flexibility. And it pinches the nerve. And I don't know how to describe it exactly. Hey, but my muscles just die. Like they just die. They disappear.
What?
I was talking about my injury, like the tailbone injury.
Yeah.
So it's really annoying because I'll even have like perfect form or whatever. I have videoed it and yeah. And it'll just die. It doesn't even necessarily have to be very heavy weight either. Sometimes it just gets like the hinge and it just dies. Yeah, so it's some sciatica stuff, yeah. So it's basically been like a process over like the last 3-4 years of like kind of working through that and working on bracing techniques and so on to kind of work through it. And there's also some psychological stuff as well. That's cute. Because like when that has happened so many times, because it happens and you just kind of have to train through it, you're kind of just going to go through a week of pain, but you can't avoid it, So there's a lot of there's a lot of fear involved, but I've been working through it. Yeah.
Yo, Spillo, what's
So I'm kind of
up,
working
dog?
through it.
New Torb is incredible.
You're in a world of pain when you get older. I'm okay. It doesn't bother me normally
especially on that
at all. Yeah, Rag, you picked the right character, man. Torb is really strong right now. So split squat and lunges can do just as well. Yeah, to an extent. For me, it's more about the raw power. I like the raw power of heavy lifts, and it's difficult to when you're more limited with what you could do for raw power, especially when you're training more for speed and jump, which is a lot of what I do. Yeah. So it is what it is, but so I've been kind of working my way back up again because my max back squat I think is around 375, 380, but I haven't gotten near that in years. Actually, I haven't. Same with deadlift. I haven't gone for a max deadlift in I think 13 years. So a lot of other stuff, but it's important I think to train occasionally some of the more max stuff. So my bench is okay though. Bench has been. I've had some shoulder issues, but they've been a lot better recently. I've trained through a lot of them, found some things that have helped strengthen them a lot, and shoulders have been pretty good recently. So my bench is okay. Bench has been okay. I haven't gone for a max in a little bit because of some of the other training stuff I've been doing, but it's not been a limiting factor. I'm 30. Yeah, I'm not going to end up like Ronnie Coleman. Elevated hip weighted squats. Sounds familiar. I don't know. Is deadlift considered not the worth of it? No, deadlift is very important. It depends on how you deadlift. But a lot of what I do is I definitely do more strength, powerlifting, strength training stuff just based off of the nature of what I'm training for. You don't have to do that though if you're looking to build muscle or, you know, I definitely lean more into the higher risk side of things depending on because it's necessary for what I'm training for. I used to love deadlift. It was my favorite until the whole injury, which was unrelated to the deadlift, but deadlift is hard with it. Same thing with back squat. I didn't injure myself back squatting, but no, I'm good. Yeah, no, trap bar deadlift went well this morning. It was good. Went pretty heavy. Probably bench press, just because it's been the more comfortable lift for me the last 5 or 6 years. Hack squat? No. I have a home gym, which is still expanding, but.
Home garage.
Yeah, I'm 30.
Home in the garage.
So I lift heavy, and I sprint and I jump. That's pretty much my training routine. And I do arms occasionally. Probably don't get enough, but arms is less of a priority for me. Romanian deadlifts, those are good. Haven't done them in a little bit, but they're 30. You guys are still on about Hatsune Miku? You guys are freaks. This is, okay, that whole comment, let me see if I can find it, about the Hatsune Miku. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Where is it? I had a YouTube comment the other day, and I was like, this is exactly what I knew it was all about. Some comments were fine, but then I got a couple of comments like this. Bro doesn't know about Hatsune Miku when the Fortnite collab is still going. She's proved she's better than you, no debate. Local legend with, let's just say, a suspicious profile picture. And I'm like, yeah, you're not really helping the stereotype here. Oh, but it's just a musician. Right. Sure. Yeah, okay, buddy. Uh-huh. Wink, wink. We get it. Yeah. Music. Yeah, I get it. Uh-huh. Yeah, Basilis, I'd be curious to hear what the study has to say. When I do arms, it's generally pretty low in quantity. It's just heavy weight. And I do it like on an off day. Just do like 4 or 5 sets. Nothing crazy. Thank you very much. Mm-hmm. So, Hitsune. Uh-huh. 330-pound squat. Nice man over your knees. Well, good. Cheers, Farashi. Yeah, it's not the heaviest squat for how long I've been training in my body weight, but it's the heaviest I've gone safely. So, it's a weird feeling. You can feel the weight's relatively light, but you still have to like really fully lock in. I don't know if I go that far, David, but yeah. 5'9". A little bit under 5'9", but who's counting?
Who on the Overwatch cast could squat the most? Possibly
Who
Tor.
on the
He's
Overwatch cast could
pretty
squat
low
the
to
most?
ground. Ramatra Nemesis
Oh, yeah, probably just
4 might take
Ramatra,
it
no?
too.
Probably just Ramatra, or yeah, it has to be Ramatra, right? We could do Preds, you guys. We could do, remind me next map we'll do Preds. Has to be Ramatra. Good. Has to be Ramatra. The non-robot character would be the real question, and I think it would probably have to be Winston. Yeah, probably Winston. Gorilla genetics OP. It doesn't matter how much you train, you'll never be as strong as an ape. Definitely stronger than Zarya. Definitely stronger than. I think it would have to be Winston. I think it just have to be Winston. If we're talking like. So if we're talking about human strength, then probably Zarya and or Roadhog if he trained, or Reinhardt if he trained. Strongest back squat for. Yeah, well.
In his prime.
Reinhardt and Prime, Pepper says. That's not a bad take. Oh, Mauga. Yeah, Mauga. Yeah, Mauga. Mauga, true, actually.
Hot take, Tracer.
Mauga, Ryan, maybe. Maybe Roadhog if he trained for like a couple years. All right, non-tank squat, though. Non-tank squat. No, Doom is not allowed to use his equipment. Torb. Young training Torb would be a good shout, though.
Your DPS?
Yeah. Honestly, Torb might clear, actually.
She looks like a power lifter.
Nah, May doesn't clear. May's soft. She's a scientist, bro. Brigitte would be decent, yeah. Sojourn is cheating.
Sojourn, yeah, or Genji.
Bap is cheating as well. Soldier's more of a cardio guy. That's true, actually.
Soldier's like a electrical boy.
I think Rag might be right. I think it might be Torb. Training Torb.
1 second left.
Reaper, maybe. I don't know. Nothing said. Maybe just because he's like, seems like we're at the right size. Yeah, Soldier's probably like realistically definitely up there though. Nah, ain't cheating. Okay, buddy.
Does Spillo squat
Remember
the most
benching
of the
245
outcontent
pounds without
creators?
training consistently, and it was crazy? Dude, 245 without training is a pretty sick bench. Does Squillet squat most of the con? Ah. I'm not moving the goalpost, bro. It's freaking robot legs. The reason why we disqualified robots was because robot legs. So if we disqualify the human with robot legs, that's how it works. Junkrat meth strength goes hard. All right, let's go ahead and start the prediction right now on Twitch points. Timeless or SSG. Timeless SSG. First round. We'll do a 2-minute prediction just because we're not in a huge rush right now. He can lift 10 times his body weight. Is like an ant. Spiral's like an ant. He can lift 10 times his body weight, up to 150 pounds. Well, yeah, but Torb doesn't use his robot arm outside of bracing. Yeah, Winston would destroy all the non-robots, for sure. No, I don't feel like Lucio squats. Lucio definitely doesn't squat. No way Lucio squats. Ad hominem? Your mom is an ad hominem. Farah could train hard. Yeah, maybe. Farah Brigitte, maybe. Torb, Soldier. Because Super Soldier kind of thing going on here. Maybe Reaper. Could be. Like prior to the... Let's just say Gabriel Reyes prior to the whole thingy. Who would be underrated for the squat? That might be a more interesting question. Like, squat more than you think. Nah, Ash doesn't train, bro. No way Ash trains. Genji, yeah, maybe Genji prior to his... Well, no, but see, Genji doesn't train either. No way Genji Hanzo are out in the back dropping squats. You know what I'm saying? Like, legit, and you guys have to understand, you have to freaking train. You know, maybe we could asterisk it if they train, but, like, anybody that's gone into lifting before is, like, most people, even if they're strong or athletic, don't just get under a squat bar and squat a lot of weight. Yeah, but Sojourn's cheating. We've established this. All right, now I gotta know. Now I gotta freaking know. This is the weirdest segue I think we've ever had. What did this start with? This started with my tweet about the folding chair. Locks of Fury, thank you for the gifted subs. Enjoy the skin. I appreciate it. Honestly, dude, I think it's more likely that freaking Mercy trains than half these guys. You know what I'm saying? She's a freaking combat medic. I could see it. I think Mercy could be a shot for underrated. Not like she's squatting 400, you know what I'm saying? But, like, maybe she could drop under a bar and bang out a couple. No, we're just doing, like, I don't know. There's nobody else that really shocks me here. Young Ana, yeah, probably young Ana, too. I could see it. She's a military dude. I definitely think Ana probably drops it. Ana can squat 250, 270 for sure in her days. Yeah, we already talked about Brig. Venture, maybe. Yeah, Venture, not a bad shot. Even for non-training, I bet Venture could do it. How much you think Hammond benches? I don't know. Moira, yeah. Moira would be like the you guys talked about like meth strength. Moira's like the even more than that. All right, we're going in. We're live, boys. Prediction. What were the prediction results? Anybody see?
It's here over in North America as well. Both sides coming out. Kellen and Riker will be on the Maugas. It's going to be Juno.
Oh, no, it's Amalgam here. I'm ending it. Echo Sojourn, Pharah Sojourn, good DPS for the map. Both of these, really. The Echo Sojourn's more of a counter comp thing. The Pharah Sojourn's just better versus the backline. Yeah, Shimmer, or whatever that freaking League of Legends thing is called. Arcane. 63% for SSG? Makes sense.
The Echo can do a nice job at burning that Mauga down. You see, actually,
Cake doesn't necessarily have to do with squats, though, I will say. You know what I'm saying? It's probably just like genetics or like fat, and which is mostly genetics. Echo should copy their perks, so that would be too strong. I don't know, Rag. I would have to see it.
You cannot take too much damage as Mauga. Normally, the comps also don't have like massive amounts of burst healing. This one is quite similar, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you could build Cake, but like.
Perks that really buff inspires, you know, ability to heal, but if Riker gets
yeah, Arcane's second season was kind of cheeks. Maybe that's my opinion. I thought the storytelling was significantly worse second season, but they're gonna retake with the Pharah here. They're close to ult. I don't think you can play Pharah. I mean, this map's just freaking amazing for Pharah. They're gonna looks like they're trying to build support ult. I'm not really sure. The setup from okay, they're taking space with Rocket. That's good. Rocket, what do you got for me? My Tracer goat. He's almost got Barrage or his minor perk. Sorry, I guess both really. It was rushed, yeah. I'm curious what happened behind the scenes. He doesn't get his perk though. He doesn't get his perk, bro. He needed to get his perk. I think he might have messed that up. I don't know if he saw that, but moving Barrage there would have gone incredibly hard there. Maybe it doesn't matter just because Chopper goes off. But they end up having to win with 3 ults there. Yeah, he didn't get his Barrage.
I think you see more players go for the.
You think season 7, season 2 is super weak? Don't tell me. I haven't watched it yet, but I was a huge fan of season 1. So.
In terms of the extra charge, it's only available during over.
Yeah, we don't need to get into the Arcane thing, but I think that the quality of the storytelling, the cohesiveness, the storylines, the dialogue was much weaker in season 2. But I'm also a snob, so take what I say with a grain of salt. Overclock. Again, huge shot, huge damage. Cage fight is late. The rally is fine, but you need more pressure you need more help from your Juno, and it's just too late. I don't think they want shield perk. No way. Not with this comp. You have basically perma pocket. You don't need shields. I don't play. I've never played League of Legends. I've never played sadly.
Potentially a dupe of another support, right? You end up having your own rally here, but Lucamino burns that rally
4 timeless
Stickies.
the previous fight. So if Sugar Free can end up getting, let's say, like an orbital ray or any other type of extra healing, it's just going to be such a huge advantage
Cage fight.
for SSG.
Catches the copy. They need to kill the copy. The rally is there to sustain the copy, and we're going to have a cage fight here in just a moment. They burn Riker. Sugar Free doesn't even need copy. Rocket does his best on the angle, but the layering from Space Station is just really freaking good here. Every fight, they have the solution. They have the ults. Cardiac is used. They get the stagger kills. That's cooked. Pretty clean performance there from Space Station. I think if you're timeless, you got to look back to the fight where you used 3 ults and you could have only gotten away with 2. Cat, can you move your butt? Thank you. But yeah, well played. Rocket is a great name for Pharah. He's a Tracer player, but yeah, it works. I will say, it got better in the second half of Season 2 in terms of the music video thing. I almost quit Arcane Season 2 because I was so freaking tired of the music video garbage. It was just exhausting. The music was also just not great. Not my cup of tea at all. But it was better the second half, I think.
And again, I think Jake was touching on Rocket's hero pool a little bit coming into
But my initial issues, I think, still applied.
But we're looking closely at the sort of Genji Tracer dichotomy later. We know that Pharah is obviously, really powerful in that she has
TP, speed ring. Pharah's a bit late. Echo's a bit late. Angle from Sojourn, probably angle from both Sojourns, really. That's a nice shot. That's an early cardiac. Space Station. It's hard to know really what gave them that cooldown advantage, but honestly, I don't, maybe it's not a cooldown advantage. I felt like initially they were winning the cooldown trade there. They shoved them into the locker. Not a good disruptor shot there. I think Chopper just barely misses it, so he doesn't get the AoE damage that he wants. They need to hit the shot there. But Echo just good. Echo really does a good job winning that Pharah duel, right? So that your Pharah's in a less of a position to shoot backline and so on, so... Sorry I said ooh, I did not say ooh.
Really respect the Pharah damage that much. They're just going to kind of run on through it. And
yes, VODs are still bugged. They will be bugged until mid-season. Both Maugas running 2 hearts, yeah. I did not say. You did not hear ooh. Are they gonna force point? Forcing point might be useful, but man, Sugar Free's flexibility really helps here. I just think being able to confidently pick the Echo here is like, it's not everything. I think Space Station is doing a good job with a little bit of everything, but like Pharah is good here, but Echo's just better in the mirror. Like freaking Riker's taking so much damage, and this guy's just gonna copy Mauga. He didn't even dump his stickies. Cardiac, he stays up. There's the push. They catch with Rally though. They may have forced the push there, but Riker's still in serious trouble, and the damage is still done. So basically, Sugar Free just tanks. This team wins. They use Juno ult just to make sure they don't lose this, because they did lose their Mauga. There's the suck conk. They need to get a trade now. Okay, they need to get a trade. No, not. Sigma's decent versus Mauga, but speed ring Mauga? No, he's just gonna get smoked. Mid-season? Oh, whoa. Can I? Oh, 3 or 4 weeks, I think, for mid-season. Things are extremely difficult. I've already complained about the cardiac. Trust me, guys. I didn't see what Perk Ken shows. I didn't see what Ken shows. I failed to see. He misses cardiac. Kellen runs out. Seeker got the angle. This just he avoids the ultimate with overrun, and then Seeker's got the angle with ult, and this is just they get the flip, but it doesn't matter. You're gonna get like a freaking 15% cap, and then you're gonna freaking die. Lots of freaking death here. I'm surprised they're even popping the ult here. Maybe just a I think it's because Chopper press Q. So Kellen just didn't want him to get a trade. Maybe. I'm not really sure. But either way, it doesn't matter. We've got last fight here. This is it. I honestly wonder, do you pick the more stickies? Do you pick the more stickies with a because you can just like full sticky Mauga? I need to look at what Sugar Free is picked here. Messy fight here. Yeah, we're fine. No, David. No, David. Bad choice, David. Bro, I posted a picture today. Me holding Amari playing Arcs with Caleb, remember? Just looking nice. And somebody was saying that it's a thirst trap. Everyone in chat was like, oh, thirst trap, thirst trap. Exactly. I'm like, what is that even? Why? What are you talking about? No. No.
So
No.
they looked great. And
No.
that second round there
There
towards
wasn't.
the end, right? The Farah, especially there, the Farah excels not being down on the point. Obviously, Farah has changed recently, I know, in terms of like her ability to kind of stay in the air a lot, but still does not want to be down there a easy target for some of the other players.
Yeah. Okay, let's do perks.
Going here in this first map.
Wait, I need this. Hazard. Random potential ideas because I hate the ones he currently has to make his wall projectile interact with players. Maybe. Make the wall do more matrix when it initially placed. So I mentioned Maywall exploding. I think it worked for Hazard as well. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea. I do like the idea of being able to cancel your wall and for burst, but would that just be broken for combos? Like you could just, he's already got the slash combo, it'd be too much. We definitely should brainstorm more about his wall, though, if you were to do more into perks. Think more about wall. I think detonation with Hazard wouldn't fit, though, because it would be too easy to get too many one-shot combos. Techie, that should be fixed, I think. It used to be bugged. It used to work, and then they broke it. And the funny thing is, Techie, is I was so sure it was fixed, and somebody in Twitch chat was like, no, it goes through walls. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It never did. But they broke it in like a later patch, and the funny thing is I reported it. They didn't even know. They didn't even know it went through shields. It went through cart. It went through payloads. It was weird. I don't know what happened, but apparently it's fixed again. So yeah, I don't know what happened. They didn't even know. So something happened. Because it's not supposed to go through shields, and it didn't for a long time, and then it just did one day. And like I said, it went through everything. It went through payloads. It went through everything. Jump height for Hazard, probably not necessary. I like the spirit of the change. I think with the jump distance perk and wall climb, he probably has enough mobility, honestly. Tracer probably a bad idea, but I like it. When she first uses recall, she sets a waypoint. I think the more Tracer just leave as is, to be honest with you. I appreciate the idea, so. Fired up like a volcano. Alternate fire replaced by a third ally orb that's speed boost. Probably don't want to replace alternate fire with anything, but having another orb for speed boost is fine. I know what you're saying, like, oh, we gotta take away a button, but I think alt fire, primary fire is like part of Zenyatta's like flow that should not be taken away. Where a fade leaves a trail of mist. Not a bad idea. Lucy holding boob also bounces backwards. Look at him, Beth. Not 2 jars to place suit slower hindered. Dynamite doesn't release a lot on the floor for a short time. Yeah, I had the same idea with this one. And this one as well. Demon Magma is placed for bigger rockets because less weight would be less of a burden. Continue delay. But what did they? Why are you responding so low, Peter? Echo. She doesn't get split and she starts to her size none of her perks address this. She currently give 9 6 6, but they have reduced damage more than her. Huh. Grant 25 HP while using beam instead of resetting flight, or both. Huh. I would have to think more about that. Think about HP survivability during first stuff. Maybe during beam. I don't want to think more about that one. That might be broken. Not broken, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it might not change how you do things, but I do agree that Season 9 screwed her and didn't help her either at the same time. Let me ban white guy. Who? Peter Parker? Gladly.
Genji versus the Echo here.
Genji? Echo? I wonder if Sugar Free swaps here. Probably, possibly. Echo's so freaking strong, but Genji's also really strong in this matchup. And the whole argument of using the Echo because of Pharah is probably not going to be applicable here. We probably won't see Pharah here. It'll probably just be Genji. So we'll see. Bro wants to ban Spider-Man? Yeah.
dude, Chopper has had himself a great stage 1. Regardless,
I'm definitely banning you, Peter. Sorry, it's over.
He gets a
Who tried to use Impregnate?
taking out Sugar Free is on the Sojourn. He has gone toe to toe with the best in the region. Has always put
Chopper.
up a great showing. I like the Echo here personally. I think the Genji are obviously extremely all in. You're kind of going in there with Riker. You need to kind of capitalize on some of that Genji damage, with the cardiac overdrive. The Echo's
I like Genji. I think Genji's good. Deflux very useful. Blade is very useful in this combo. He's very good at short range off angles. He's pretty good in this map. Isn't as reliant on more verticality as Echo. He's a little tankier. He's less vulnerable. He's not great versus Echo if you can poke him out. And his tank pressure versus Mauga isn't great, but Genji's fine.
Seeker has railgun at the ready. He's been looking for the 100.
Case in point, you saw where the Genji was able to position there. He was actually able to do just as much damage to the Mauga as the Echo because the angle he was able to hold because he's Genji, right? He's just so much tankier. Yeah. Juno for Sojourn. 2 for 1. They actually comboed there and just caught them with the pants down.
That's brutal. You end up using your orbital ray obviously at the same exact time.
Mauga because teams are cowards and Cardiac is still strong.
On the point for SSG though, I mean that is.
My bad, never joking again. That's right. Never joke again, please. Thank you. No humor, please. No humor.
They're up 1-0 in terms of flashpoints here. Absolutely a must-win fight for SSG. They come out on top. But Timeless, Mitch, they have a ton to work with here, right? It's not completely dire. The one thing is that SSG
You think because you think he wins the squad competition? Yep, that's true.
For this cage fight that's
all right, here we go.
So maybe that could be a little bit of a saving grace.
Sojourn ult, dodges, catch cage. Copy. I like this trading from Timeless. This looks okay. The blade from Rocket isn't there, though. Like, that blade had to work. I don't know how he died in Blade. I don't know if he got shot. But that, in theory, looked pretty good from Timeless. Not the best angle for Space Station to engage on. Now, they did blow everything, but so did Timeless. On paper, that should have gone better for Timeless. But obviously, because it's Malgameta, it's impossible to see exactly what went wrong. Joking is indeed banned, yes. A Germa clone. I've heard the name Germa, but I don't know what Germa looks like. Can somebody send me a picture of Germa? I know enough about Germa to know that it's a real person and not a, these nuts joke.
It's a good idea where Timeless is coming from. This will be an interesting fight, Mitch.
You don't want to know? Oh gosh, is it that bad? Echo flank is good. Short angle from Genji is really good on this particular point, so maybe Sugar Free does something a little bit more silly. I just don't follow content, guys. Like, I don't know, because here's an honest question for you guys. Do you guys just, like, watch content creators? Like, I feel like there's so many content creators out there, like, good response with Sojourn ult, actually. That was really nice. That they don't even do anything. Like, who are they? What was your expertise? Like, what's your specialty? Like, I feel like I watch some of these, like, streamer drama things, or I, like, XUC and Kai, or this person, and, oh, this clip, and they said this word. I'm like, bro, who are you? You're not good at games. You're not good at anything. Like, you're just a person. Like, how did you get famous? I feel like so many content creators are just like, they're just, maybe that's part of the appeal. I don't know. Echo Mirror, but like, I don't get it. Like, why would I want to hear what you have to say? Why would I care about your drama when you're not an important person at all? Like, you don't make good videos. You don't. Like, I feel like my appeal is that, like, in my tiny little niche, is I'm really good at coaching Overwatch. If I do say so myself, I coached Overwatch League, and I've had a lot of impact and, like, a lot of feedback about, like, Overwatch game design. Like, but, like, why would anybody want my opinion on anything else, you know? Well, Kai at least has the appeal of, like, I don't know what got Kai big, but Kai has, like, big production value stuff, you know? That's what makes him. But there's, like, a lot of streamers that, like, it's like some streamer drama. I'm like, bro, who are you? It's weird. It's, like, parasocial and unsettling. Their specialty is being funny? Yeah, I guess that's it. But some streamers, I don't even think they're funny. I don't get it. Yeah, exactly. Hawk 2 is a great example. Like, it's just weird. I don't know. Like, you just, stuff happens, you know? Good response from Timeless there.
It feels like Chopper the only one kind of bringing it right now for
Like,
Timeless.
I don't know. Occasionally I see it show up on, like, a Twitter feed or live stream fail or something, and, like, bro, this person doesn't. They just sit in front of a camera and talk.
This next fight, I feel
And
like
they have like no life experience. They have no specialty. They have no strength. They don't seem particularly funny. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I'm not saying that's German. I don't know. Maybe I honestly am not saying that. And I'm not saying even most content creators are like that, but I don't get it. That's why I don't even like the term content creator. Like, what does that mean? You know, like, why do you just because? What does content creator mean? You know, weird. I'm too old for this. Yeah, layering from Timeless is really good here. Honestly, they did a really good job of this. We talk about the political and economic state of the world. I mean, it's not that I don't have opinions about things, but I try to.
No, that flip actually, right? You know, add another 13, right? You're at like 85. Yeah, you're at like 85 here for Timeless.
It does feel like some It literally feels like, you know what it is? Okay, here's what it is. It's like the old brain dead sitcoms that everyone makes fun of from like the 50s, but like it's IRL. People get like invested in these sitcoms, you know, but they're real people now, and they're just kind of brainless, whatever. But it's like a replacement for that. You know what I'm saying? But it's weird because it's not. It's real people.
350, so not the tankiest, but hey.
You know? Do you think Sugar Free is the best flex DPS in NA? I think Sugar Free is a good argument for being the best DPS in the world. I'm sorry, Western DPS in the world. In EU or NA. And I think that I saw a Reddit thread the other day that talked about him being the best NA DPS ever. I think it's 100% the case. I don't even think it's a competition. I think it's the best DPS that NA has ever had. And I think anybody that says otherwise is forgetting how long he's been playing at this level. Yeah, reality TV. Yeah, exactly. It's, you know what that is? That's exactly it. That's my boomerism. Is I need to understand that this is just reality TV. It's the old 50s sitcoms. That's what it is. That's who these streamers are. You know, that's who they are. Can they get a touch here, Timeless? They don't really have any good touch characters, but they do have a pretty decent ult bank here. But the timing of things are going to be very important. They needed something to die now, and that was it. Yeah, it's because you're running into double support ult. So despite using 2, it could have been a lot worse for Timeless there, because they had double support ult coming up there. Including Middle East like Quartz. Oh, good point. I honestly still would value Sugar Free over Quartz personally, and this is not because Sugar Free is flexibility. But that is a great point. Yeah.
In the series, so they have to invest everything.
Yeah, it's like if MTV replicated 24/7 show. I mean, that's basically it, right? Like every time I pull up an XQC stream, I mean, I remember I used to watch XQC when he was like a 7,000 viewer Winston one trick playing horror games on the weekends. I actually watched a little bit. I don't really watch streams, but even back then I watched a little bit of XQC. But now it's like, for like years now, it's been like new streamer drama. I'm like, bro, like who are these people? Are you friends with them? Do you care? What is there to talk about? It's like people are just bored. Like, it's weird. I don't know. I just find it really toxic, to be honest with you guys. But that's not really news, and it's not going to change people from consuming it. So, whatever. Kevster stock market and shambles. Yeah, I think Kevster's still probably the best Western DPS player of all time. I think he's definitely better than Sugar Free in that he's earned it. But in terms of best NA, definitely Sugar Free, and maybe the best Western DPS right now, it might be Sugar Free. I think Quartz is really good. I think Quartz has been less visibly carrying on things, but I still think Quartz is phenomenal.
They end up holding on to the rally. Bliss gets extremely low, but could have popped the rally probably before it. You hold this rally now for this next fight.
Yeah, XQC became something because he was Overwatch Pro and funny streamer guy. Like, he was an entertaining streamer. The way that he played games was very different from a lot of other people. But if you once it gets into the drama thing, and like 90% of the time whenever I see XQC on a newsfeed, it's not for a reason that has anything to do with him being funny or playing a game or anything else, and like that's just disastrous. That's true, we are forgetting about UN Reaper. Nice little rotation from Timeless. They build the Juno ult for Juno ult. For cage fight, rally is used. Chopper gets caught with his pants on mid Sojournal, and that is terrible timing. And that's going to be the game. Or the map, sorry. I forgot to do Preds. Oh, frick, my bad. I forgot to decide the Preds from the last map. That's okay, we'll fix it. My bad, y'all. Same tabloid celebrity slot, but you can now watch it 24/7. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's literally what it is. You know, if you think about what a celebrity is, it's an actor or an actress, and now the actors and actresses are basically gamers. My bad, no, my bad. Choose outcome SSG from the first map, and obviously we didn't have one, so the second map, it doesn't really matter. Top best Lucio player in EU, I don't know. I don't know. All my opinions are outdated, so I don't know. Yeah, okay. We'll do another prediction for the next round, but I'll let you guys see the map first. I'll let you guys a little bit of info first. And bans, too. I think if you're timeless, you probably just ban Mauga here or something. You can totally ban Mauga here. I don't know. Maybe that's really what they're strong at, and it just isn't showing it right now. But, like, this is one of those moments where it's like, okay, we're clearly losing the mirror here 2 maps in a row. So, yeah, maybe we don't win the series, but we got to at least try to win a map. And then, or maybe you don't ban Mauga and you pick a map where Mauga's really bad, and then you ban Mauga later. You get what I'm saying? You do need either a Mauga ban or a bad map, you know, for Mauga, because you have to introduce some instability here, I feel like. Astra's still the best? All right. What? Seems like a lot of the big-time Twitch streamers are just really bad people, not sure what it is about such negative personalities that get people so drawn to them. Well, it's because they're entertaining and loud and saying hot takes, being confrontational. Like, confrontation is entertaining. Right? It's entertaining. Negativity, not just negativity, but, like, conflict is entertaining. So the type of people that are willing to lean into that, either, like, from the get-go or as they get bigger, get big. You know, so it's not, I don't think it's a mystery, you know? You're willing to do things that other people are not willing to do. And I think that tribalism happens afterwards, but yeah, I mean, people are just willing to, like, say stuff, you know? People like it when I do it, you know? I generally choose my battles, but... Yo! Sausage, peppers, corn, onions. Not right now. No, that would kind of ruin the warmth. This looks great. Thank you, man. No, Bastion would get run over. He's also not as good versus Mauga as you think, because Mauga with cardiac and armor doesn't really take any damage from Bastion turf form.
Right? If there's not going to be a ton of ball, you're not going to, if it's like a Mauga matchup, you're not necessarily going to see, like, Sombra ban. Like, you know, Sombra just doesn't really provide enough in, like, Mauga matchup. So I'm curious if you're
Esperanza?
Consider, like, an
okay.
ban here.
Chat.
The Echo is being
Timeless has to ban Mauga, right?
You know, Rocket obviously a very good damage dealer. Well, like Sugar Free,
they have to ban Mauga, right? They have to force like a dive mirror or something here. So we see Mauga ban and then like an Ana ban maybe from SSG or something like that. Because this is a good Mauga map. This is a good push-pull, traditional, old, good old... There's not a lot of variables with this map, right? So this is the Mauga-friendly map that they allow, but they ban Mauga. And then the next map is harder. Like, I don't know what the next game mode is. Yeah, because it has to be. Does it have to be push, y'all? Very different bans to what we saw last time on Esperanza. What? Ban Lucio? Why? Are you just gonna take the L? What? They might be trying to ask for an echo mirror. All right, let's start a prediction, I guess. Ignore the first map thing. It's 30-second prediction here. Ignore the first map. The prediction is live.
This would just send you back to the... Well, this would just kind of
weird
back into a situation where it's already not.
Maybe they have a pocket pick on this. Like, ball is pretty good here. That is your pocket pick for sure. Tracer ball, but like, does ball Tracer beat all the Mauga we're seeing right now? I mean, historically the answer was no. Maybe that's changed.
Like, we've seen so much of the Juno.
What would be Mauga's bad maps? Not really a push map. Not really a push map.
The Lucio ban kind of changes anything. I think the Tracer ban is
so maybe they're just like, we're just gonna have to play Mauga here. But man, then wouldn't you ban Mauga then?
Tracer's one of the better counters to Echo, right?
Like, and maybe that leaves you too vulnerable. Map 5. Maybe Timeless goes, dude, we're gonna freaking lose here. We have to have a Mauga ban for map 5. You know, because we got to play to win. You know, but like, dude, I don't know. It seems like you want some momentum going. You're down 2-0 here. Like, we're really playing.
on these same
I don't know, man. I don't know. This is... Maybe they got some scrim hacks, but this has not looked close up to this point.
One thing to notice in this part of the map, Lucio, being banned.
Okay, remind me, Techie.
Easier to camp high ground if you have the advantage.
This is gonna either be where we see the scrim box coming into play, or Timeless looks like the very definition of hubris, the very definition of insanity. I'm gonna eat a little bit, chat.
Set up on that high ground a little bit more here. For now, though, Seeker and Chopper will be trying to stay out of each other's crosshairs while punishing these Maugas respectively. See, Kellen's getting absolutely dumpstered in terms of damage and has to pop the cardiac overdrive. So it's a situation there where Space Station are going to be forced to give up a little bit.
I gotta stand, y'all. I gotta stand, man. I've been sitting too much.
To wrap the clock tower and just unload cooldown from someone.
I think you're going to see both these teams just kind of force out or try and force out that cardiac overdrive. You see Riker uses his there, and they try to get a focusing beam on him. Did not put enough damage to make a dent in him. As Sugar Free gets extremely low, you'll have to back up now. You're going to keep seeing these teams just kind of go in, see what they can get cooldown-wise. Eventually, somebody will get an advantage here.
The SSG lost the last two neutral exchanges back-to-back, but Riker is extremely low, and that was a fantastic charge into the
oh boy. Well, here we go. Here we go.
And an orbiter ray got committed.
Basically Seeker gets two.
No, Hottie's with this is NA, guys. This is NA, not EU. Space Station, the org, and moved regions.
A little bit earlier, right? But then got stumped, and then a kill comes through when he gets up from being stumped.
I don't get it, y'all. I don't get it.
But now, I mean, that's quite brutal, Mitch. I mean, you're moving towards this checkpoint here for SSG. You have an orbital ray advantage. This is.
This is like Korean Overwatch, you know? We're gonna lose them here, we're gonna force it anyway. Usually the NA players are better at this. Better layers because they go ult for ult, then pop the Juno ult. That's where Cage Fight is super useful because it's basically a defensive ultimate. Luke Mino pops Rally. I don't know why he popped that. Maybe I misread the timing. That felt really late.
So you have the rally.
I mean, this is awful. This is awful.
Italy, Luca Mino potentially going over and playing the Kiri here. So the Kiri is quite interesting, right? Because look, the rally is so good inside of the Cage Fight. I just feel like
thank you, Busy. Oh my gosh, and stagger strike.
I don't know where.
Yeah, I would have to if I wanted to get a serious into casting. I would have to work my consistency of cadence and being able to communicate things a little bit more clearly. But it's something I've considered.
Yeah, but they're running it down into your spawn.
It takes practice, and that's something that I've not done.
Less conservative approach here, genuinely. But again, I do think like a lot of Brig players get uncomfortable when they have to deal with like these Echo just dumping bombs on them all the time, or Ara, for example. It's hard to do.
Good setup.
You get sacked as the Brig player so much. It's such a.
It's a very nice setup there from Timeless. That was well done.
Fighting back here. There was a rally committed to that fight. Seeker is able to find his one. Unlikely he gets more, but the movement is pretty slow.
No way Seeker does it, right?
And there's a wild Lucamino here.
No way.
Asking to be shot.
Yeah, he doesn't do it. Never mind.
It's Chopper finding the third for the fight, so Space Station will have to concede here.
I mean, this is still
good. He gets a trade.
Now it finally gets going. But you're going to have that close spawn for SSG. You're going to be able to control some of that high ground. So Timeless finally battling out of their spot. I guess you'll have an advantage when the Kitsune rush comes through, right? But in theory, SSG could just kind of like oral ray through the rush. This is a brief moment, a brief window opportunity here, Mitch, for Timeless to get something going, right? Double support ult, you'll have your dupe here, so you'll end up with a Cage Fight, overclock as well. Feels like you need to kind of ration these ultimates and at least get 2 fights.
Is streaming OWCS not practicing casting? Not really. I mean, a little bit, but it's more like brainless, just kind of talking about it without really. I'm not really casting. I'm talking. You know, a little bit of analysis, that kind of thing.
The hasty disengage that they really didn't get the memo on. So, dupe ended for Rocket.
Oh dear. That was pretty good layering from Timeless though. They went 1 for 1, kept the push up, took space off of that. That could have been a lot worse. Bliss is in trouble. Okay.
From Riker, but Squid has fallen. Orbital ray for Rocket accounts for Bliss here, but I think you might want the Juno alive in a fight like this, and Seeker's popping off. Another 2 railgun hits. Chopper caught inside the cage.
That's crazy, bro.
Get purchase on CJ. Is Sugar Free out of the dupe with a focusing beam on a Riker. That will account for that very large Mauga.
That's crazy. Timeless should have won that one.
To invest those ultimates and rationally get 2 fight wins, they end up using like the ultimates and not even really kind of getting a kill. I guess.
Rag Space Station is definitely the better team, but Timeless is good. They have solid players. They've been playing well. This is just a bit of hubris of just trying to force the win. I don't know what the position is. I don't know. I just don't agree with this comp matchup.
And even then, you're just gonna get a big dump in from Timeless. Now you're stuck with nothing, and you really don't have much of anything to show for it.
Luke here, showing us maybe one reason why I like to go to Kiriko. That extra damage, also the Ophidah healing is going to be deployed to people in front of him when he connects. That fortune teller Perk.
That was nice.
Once again, Timeless win a fight.
That was really nicely done by Timeless. Their setup, I will say, since the Kiriko swaps, 2 out of the 3 fights have had nice setups. It's a good Suzu. Rally for Cage.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you fall behind.
They're using the strengths of the heroes they're playing.
You know, obviously you need to play amazing.
But,
you need the other team to also kind of, you know, drop the spaghetti a few times as well, right? That's kind of what the deficit you've ended up kind of giving up here is, oh, that is Seeker. Connects with run railgun shot, not able to finish off Rocket, but he's going to get Lucamino here as he comes around on a flank.
That's tough.
Bro, his reaction time is pretty unreal.
Almost done time.
Someone just wanders into the crosshair, man. It's a rail. It's absolutely cooked. And he stuck that as well. My goodness.
The DPS line here for SSG, obviously a ways to go to qualify for China potentially. They're going to be able to hang with anybody in the world in terms of damage dealers. They are that good
to play together. I mean, SSG is built around the sugar-free Seeker core.
All right, well here we go. Sugar-free on the. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Would like not excel at is it's going to be sugar-free kind of assassinating Rocket, then coming from the high ground here.
Kitsune, or no, Juno.
So you're going to get another cage fight here. You'll end up.
Wow. You do not win that trade, Kellen. There's a Kitsune for the cage fight. Kitsune is better in that matchup.
CJ gets caught. Chopper can definitely hang with the very best hit scan DPS players in this region. Make no mistake about that. But SSG are happy to lose these fights here.
But it does cost them a lot.
Yeah, these fights deep in Timeless territory, right? Obviously don't result in anything good for Timeless. You have to invest ultimates, get back towards the map. SSG has like a spawn advantage, right? We kind of do this round and round over and over again. You need, I mean, 2 minutes and 20 on the clock, basically. You need checkpoints, right?
Frick, man, that food was good. I'm not gonna lie with you guys.
Okay, we're gonna win this map without getting checkpoints here in this fight.
Juno ult's popped. Can they kite it? They can catch it. Oh no.
There is Seeker dropping in again, and Chopper didn't have an opportunity to really respond to that.
Didn't even have ult, just had the damage boosted rail off of the Juno ult, man. Able to hold the angle is Rocket, get a trade, but I mean, a lot of shuffling here, but Timeless just cannot chain 2 fight wins together.
It doesn't even matter though, I feel like, if you win the next fight, right? Because
Toaster, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to answer your question. Basically, pro levels really like push-pull, like, you know, kiting an ultimate, pushing an ultimate, kind of going back and forth. Simpler macro, essentially. And Cardiac's damage reduction and cage fight are just really good to use in team play. Oh wow, nice stickies there. That's actually such a nice hero play from Rocket there. That's what Timeless desperately needs, is just a couple of free fight wins just so they can actually get some lead here.
Get rid of Seeker with that overclock fight early. They don't really invest much of anything.
Now Space Station up to
Porcupine just straight up hard carrying YouTube chat right now. Where's my mouse? YouTubers, how do you feel about Porcupine Zebra being your representation? Or representative, rather. Expensive trade for both teams. Timeless squeaks it out. You're still just lurking? Alright. Timeless needs to win this fight, man. Like, I mean, this goes without saying, obviously. But you need to win this fight. They should win this fight. Look at the old bank here.
Playing a little bit further up here. Under 30 seconds to go. Timeless with an orbital, right? That'll be their big
Juno ult's popped. Do they have the position for it? They do-ish. They get the double Mauga copy. The Suzu's there, though. But man, there's just no space from Chopper. Rocket, I think, was on the angle. Or maybe Chopper was in the space. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking out of turn there. I don't know. Regardless, Echo copy to live. They break copy. Copy is used to live. They break that copy, and that's it, guys. That's it.
Focusing beam here for Rockets. What a count for Seeker. That's a player advantage now being leveraged by Timeless. Up on the high ground, Riker goes. He's down.
No, it's not it.
Still going to work. It's Bliss this time to fall to the
See, I never doubted. Should have been it. Should be it. It's it. Yeah, like I said, it. That's it. Because the guy that had the ult died. I don't know what Chopper died to, but I mean the Kiriko. I appreciate the Kiriko. I mean it's not a bad map for it. You know, Luke made some cool angles there. That was fine, but I mean that is some hubris right there. That is some serious hubris from Timeless there. You lose decisively 2-0 in the mirror, and then you choose the mirror again, even though you have a Mauga ban available.
What's the team comp
maybe they thought it would be worse. Maybe they thought it was... but just, wow, that was questionable. Your money's all gone. I'm sorry, David. What's a team comp that could work against this? Mauga ball and a bunch of divers? I would be curious to see stuff like Ana Lucio, fill in the blank. Could be Ana Lucio Zarya, could be Ana Lucio Ball. I think you could pick Ana, but you need a Lucio. Diva, maybe. Ana Lucio Diva wouldn't be terrible. I have no idea. You guys are fine with Zebra being the bastion of YouTube chat, and my YouTube chat explodes. Cleaning your apartment, nice paper. Do you like the angle maxing thing works? You think the angle maxing thing works in tack shooters? I mean, yes, that's literally what tack shooters are in CS. That's literally what it is. It's nothing but angle maxing and sightline maxing, and basically like, all right, I'm controlling this sightline here. It's even more so because so much of that is just crosshair placement. So if you're able to control the positions from where your threats are coming from, it significantly increases your chance of winning the duels. It's not even a question of like, oh, it's my theory. It's not my theory. It's just basic combat. Like real life or video games. It's just combat. Oh yeah, Techie. Yeah. Calix sent me a picture. I don't really see it. Maybe it's the... So I got a picture from Calix that I assume is Germa. Otherwise, he just sent me a random picture of some dude. And then I got a YouTube video here, which I have muted, but I don't see it, chat. I mean, he's a white dude with brown hair. I don't get it. All right, let's give a comedy check here. Something a little different. Hey, what's happening, everybody? Jerbuck here with something a little different today. This is not my typical video that I would make, but I decided to do it because I got approached by this company. They're a super cool bunch of guys over at Dork Cube, and it is the Dork Cube. Take a look at it. This is a monthly subscription box that comes in the mail, and you buy it, you open it, and there's all kinds of nerdy, geeky, epic, kind of funny gamer culture type stuff inside. Yeah, I assume. And I thought I should get one, and you should open it for you, and you know, give these guys a shout, give these guys a shout out, and give you guys. Bro, was this a thing 9 years ago? I thought this kind of stuff was more recent. This is pretty funny though. A shout out, and we'll give them a shout out. This is Dork Cube. I don't know what's inside of it. I have no idea. They sent it to me, so we're gonna see what's inside. A link will be in the description. If you want 2% off your next order, it's $20. So save you a little bit of cash, you know, save you guys, looking out for you guys, you know what I mean? Gotta. Alright, you know, let's make this a little interesting. How about that? Right when the box opens, how about everybody writes hashtag in the comments? Loot get! You know what I mean? Like, we got loot, you know, that's what we'll do. So in the comment section below, right when this opens, everybody say, loot get! There's blood in the box! There's blood inside this box! There's blood! The box was blood! The box was just blood! I mean, hey, listen. Okay. I mean, it was pretty good. I respect it. That was I was pretty clever. That was pretty creative. The parody was well done. The execution at the end was good. Yeah, okay, I get it. I haven't seen that. Hate to break it to you, so with your white dudes around here. Yeah. Okay. Listen, if that's the type, okay, sure. That's not the kind of content I was talking about. That's like legit, like that's like an actual comedy routine, you know? Took prep, it took work. So such a nice guy, so he doesn't put his viewers in a meat grinder? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was doing 9 years ago. All right, do we do more perks, guys? Sugar Free is just being chilling on camera here, so maybe do more perks. Wait. Dude, I was tying a knot in my pants. Look, knot. Jeez. May having the ult supercharged like Sojourn's giving her back full freeze to make her super brawly. Mauga perk. Dude, remember I was saying how it's not the thirst trap, it's the community? You guys are just proving me right here. Coaches the passwords himself that's coaching other people in the VOD review. Califron, I actually have an idea like that written down. Maybe something to revisit. I think it'd be interesting for sure. Okay. Venture perk or Doom. Oh, we already talked about that. Venture perk ideas. Now allows you to scale up walls. What is the format of this? What is this format? Am I the only one going insane? Roadhog needs some sort of mitigation against anti. I mean, the speed boost is kind of that, to be honest with you. Hi, kitty. I wouldn't minding another type of arrow for Hanzo. Hi, girl. Can you guys see this? Wait. Oh, you can't see this. She's burrowed. Why did you react to the pregnant moment told the message? I didn't react to that. That's not me.
Spillo, please brainstorm some new perks for Zenhara. So boring.
We're working at it, Rag. That's kind of what we're doing now.
Even do anything.
She's so friendly and social. She's not that friendly and she's not that social. She's just very. She was socially isolated a lot when she was younger. Because we were both grinding. Grem is way friendlier. We have people over all the time. But she really likes me. She tolerates mom, and that's about it. She's getting better, but she's not crazy. Okay. Makes it ever more like Central, but not as much. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. Well, because she was a solo cat, you know. It's kind of like the benefit and the. I don't want to have a lot of cats. I don't like having cats. I like having a pet, you know, like any other pet. And so she spent a lot of time with us. So yeah. Yeah, maybe it's a comment on you. Shouldn't talk about Pepper that way. I'm not as going like in deep. I'm not contenting up this list, guys. That was more on Thursday. I'm just kind of going through. There's just so many of them. We're just trying to chop out another more. I like cats. I just don't like cats. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to be a cat person. I want pets. If you have a cat, it needs to be affectionate. It needs to spend time with you. You need to play with it. It needs to be playable. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, it's just a thing that poops in the box and avoids you. How would you rate chat's ability to make perk suggestions? They're fine. You guys are better than the average player for sure. Trust me, Arthur. Weapon swap time with the Weaver. Where the frick? Non-playable cat NPC, yeah. Huh. Pedal HP, but damage reduction. It's an interesting idea, like expanding the situations in which pedal can be used. I think the way to make pedal more important would also lean more into making life grip more broadly applicable, so that you can actually use the verticality that pedal gives you for other purposes besides just vision for yourself. So like if you buffed life grip, you could pull people onto your pedal, you know, and then, but you'd have to make it so that life grip's not a 75,000 cooldown. I don't know what I would do with Zen. You just have to be very careful because he's already a pretty like smooth flowing kit. You don't want to clunk it up. I agree the Cassidy flashbang one is weird. My tank does IGL my esports game? That's fine. This is supposed to be a perk. I mean, I appreciate it. It could be a perk, but yeah, not as big of a fan. Why are you guys adding doesn't? Ads? Get frick. Oh, that doesn't IGL. Oh. Oh, no, you're fine. You're also fine. I mean, you wanted him to call or her to call basic stuff, but yeah. It's a regular turn. Knockback orbs. The frick? I've always liked the idea of a damage reduction field. I'll put it down. But poopy. Where is it? Do we not have BAP? Maybe we don't have BAP. Okay, maybe we just don't have BAP. Damage reduction field I think would be more broadly useful, more interesting. Hey, Smithsonian. Oh, you're freaking here? Wait, are you serious? Did you just get here? No way. What are the odds? That's insane. Melee animation cancel on the dash. Yeah, true. That'd be more of a quality of life change. But I could see that being broken for like combos, but we'll leave. I think Primal I don't think Primal needs any more. I think if anything, Primal is too reliant off of wall slam because it's what allows you to catch and chain. And if you don't get it, it doesn't feel as good. Again, I don't know if you want to do this because I think alternate fire... Here's what I'd say. If you want to buff Winston, alt fire. Reduce the delay between alt fire and primary fire by a small amount instead of buffing the damage midair. You get what I'm saying? Reduce alt fire delay. You get what I'm saying? What am I jumping off? Probably broken. I just don't think Winston needs as much as some of the other ones. I think he's doing okay. Hi, girl. Basically, the rules of our perks is we wanted to prioritize the perks that are really, the heroes that are really struggling. So if I skim over perks, it's not because I think they're bad ideas. Again, it's just because it's like we're trying to try to prioritize and simplify our thought process a little bit. Wait, Doom replace overhealth passive with Lucio's wall ride. Aura radius increases in size the longer Lucio rides in walls. You guys are crazy. How are we doing with, okay, we're good still. We can do a few more. We're making decent progress. We got another 30, 40 off. If bubble is destroyed under 3 seconds, reduce jump cooldown by 2 seconds. No, I think that's a skill check. Resets not only the... Hi, kitty. Deflect heals 100% of damage deflected? Nah. Instead of toss, range trap reveals nearby enemy. Ooh, that's kind of cool. What do you guys think of that Hog Junkrat one? Where you toss the ability, you press it again, and it explodes for a small bit of damage, maybe. Just like but it reveals people within like 5-10 meters or whatever. You get so it's like a short-term sonic arrow, but you'd have to detonate and lose the trap. You get what I'm saying? What do you guys think? That's kind of a creative idea. It changes how you could use the trap, and you could use it for more consistent scouting. Even for people that don't walk on the trap. So, Chicken, the way you do it is you'd have to press the button again, and then so if you wanted to replace your trap, you'd press it to break and then press it to do it again. Maybe for Junkrat, yeah, I agree. Maybe it doesn't fit the Hog Hero Fantasy, but I think it fits the Junkrat Hero Fantasy. More utility in his kit, you know. The prankster builder. How would a bear trap explode? Well, it could be like an armed trap, you know, like an armed trap. Good luck, Mossy. Let us know how it goes. Or maybe it's not a sonic. Maybe it just breaks apart. And shrapnel. Maybe it doesn't provide sonic. It just does damage. It doesn't root, but it's like an AoE mini explosion. Yeah, like snap, break to pieces, you know, like do like 40 damage or something like that. Yeah, it bursts into caltrops and then it just disappears. But I wouldn't have it do... no CC though, no slow or anything. I think it would be the difference between, oh, I can't hit you with trap because you're too mobile, but I can still get value out of the cooldown. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I get it. It does feel a little bit redundant, but also if it's like really low damage, I'm just thinking more about like area control. All right, hop up. Hop up. Come on. We got back, Jet. Yeah, I'm not sure. I do think that there should be something to do with a trap, maybe, besides just throwing distance. I don't think throwing distance is bad, but it could be like throw distance and you can do this, you know? Junkrat, trap, utility, I don't know. Yo, thank you for the anonymous for the gifted subs. I appreciate it. Enjoy your emote. Blink refund perk, it's not a bad idea. I don't like trap as an idea, though. I'm thinking about more about not giving him another trap, even if it's weaker, but more about, like, how can we change how trap functions slightly? Because I really don't like trap. Oh, guys, sorry. We're live here.
Waiting on a confirmation there as well about what the comp was for Nightmare, likely what their DPS were. Came out of the spawn much later, and it's going to be on the Echo here.
Liquid is 5 and 2, and these guys are just very happy to take mirrors here.
And it really hurt Timeless.
Farah ban is pretty interesting.
This is a Nightmare squad that
that's gonna
handed the fattest of L's over to Team Liquid. Let's see if they can run that back. Team Liquid, though, are coach match.
That's going to mean we're not going to see Farah in these mirrors here.
So staff-pilled.
What's wrong with trap? I mean, it's just a hard CC that is very inconsistent with value and can be very strong or very weak. It's kind of archaic.
Resources that they have available to them to ensure that nothing remotely like that happens again. And of course, everybody has orbited back to these Mauga setups.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty stacked matchup here. These are definitely two of NA's better teams. Zero gets smoked.
Here we'll see Infected getting that first kill on the Zero, so the Genji ends up
the meta perk for Mauga, I think, is the the life over steal, the over health on Cardic, excuse me. But I don't know. Too late for Preds. I'll do Preds next map. Probably 2 hearts, but that's such a small detail.
What kind of healing pressure you can put down. And if you can catch
honestly, man, I don't even know. Maybe the overrun's just better in these matchups. Cap points slightly faster. 20 healing per second is meaningless here.
I'm not sure what the plan was there for Knight, but that's a very quick build.
I just don't know if it matters that much. It would depend on the Koth map. Maybe on maps where the point's like a little bit more tricky. But I don't know. I don't know if Knife is still on team.
Plucked from the mix instantly.
And you see the benefit of having both Maugas there, right? Knife gets the dupe, comes down from that high ground. You can kind of cycle through those cardiac overdrives, and regardless of what you got going
presumably
on,
teams lost to Mauga and scrims and just ran straight to the mirror instead of looking for answers. That's pretty much the classic, yes.
It's impossible to do anything there if your Nightmare is see them.
No, Echo clones do not get the perks.
The blade, you're gonna have to use blade.
Sojourn ult's used very early. Kafka should be able to disengage that, but they actually mirror with Rally, but the problem is they don't have a lot of space. In fact, it's gonna disengage. Tree's able to hold the angle with OC. Ult is used to catch the enemy Mauga. We got Mauga for Mauga. Blade is used in the cage, which is really strong. And then they also layer that with the Sojourn ult as well, and they're gonna win that one. Nice bit of layering there from Nightmare. Basically 4 ults for 1, 2, 3 ults, and you come out on top.
For Nightmare, they end up using the blade right when the cage fight comes on down.
Yeah, so the overrun ignition is probably really good. Just because, I mean, I don't know how much damage overrun ignition is. I want to say it's like 70 damage, I think. Like, it's pretty decent. Like, you run past somebody and you just do 70 damage to them. So when you're moving around a lot more, but these mirrors, the Mauga's generally a lot more controlled with when and where they're moving. It's more about the cardiac. They're still playing more aggressively than old school Mauga, which is nice, but
very likely going to happen. It's just hard to push over this composition quickly.
Yeah, Echo is definitely better in the ult trade. I don't know about the neutral yet. This map is pretty good for both. It also means you start your engage gaining over health. Wait, how so? Don't you have to shoot the person that's burning to get it though? So like, or is it more like, if I run, oh, I see what you're saying. So you run into the person and that procs the burn and then you shoot them, and it could be the yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Extremely low, gonna get some healing here from Nightmare, but not enough to keep him alive through the stomp.
And so much of this came down to the big disengage.
That's tough. Juno ult, they didn't quite able to recontest or disengage it. That's a really nice snipe there in the Admiral. They needed that rally, but probably a fight loss here. Yeah, this is live. Hi, girl. Can you guys hear her purring? Hang on. You wanna purr for the you wanna purr for the microphone? I don't know if you can hear that.
For me, Mitch, it feels like you just get much more consistent value out of the Echo as opposed to the Genji, right? The Genji, you're trying to like play with the blade inside the cage fight and different things like that. I think it's definitely a little.
We can't hear it over Overwatch. Okay.
Playing for Nightmare around like blade and cage, it just seems like maybe.
I'm not purring.
Extremely powerful combo, right? That's a combo we actually saw last year, right? To be used pretty effectively. But it seems like at least here early on today, teams getting much more use out of the Echo.
What's annoying about the casters? I'm not honestly. There's a reason I have them turned down a little bit because.
Doing a lot when we're like poking at medium range and we're like trading damage. I just think Echo.
Cat Smart is that what we came for? If they buff right pit, I'll quit.
Yeah, if you can get the blade with the
Yap Central.
That is such a devastating.
I mean, isn't that why you're here? Oh, they just freaking. What happened there? I think they just caught RuPaul in a rotation. Oof. What would you rather do, purr or cosplay? I would rather purr. Straight up, would rather purr than do cosplay. I'd seen him Miku.
These neutral engagements are quite.
Hey, Madriu.
Volatile in the sense that you have like Sojourn rails that can just kill a Juno or kill an Echo, for example.
I think Ryan's the most fun brawl tank to be meta. They haven't capped. They haven't capped. They haven't capped. This is... Oh, no, my gosh, guys. They didn't cap the point? How? What the frick? Did they just forget to cap? That's crazy, bro. You go with that? It makes sense, yeah.
They go and try and hold high ground right after getting the point to taking that first fight where Lethal actually gets that first pick off.
Every silly.
Man, as you see, I think the idea here for Nightmare is you're playing around obviously that huge combination. If you can just survive through the neutral game, right? Let the Genji poke, let the Genji kind of work up towards his ultimate.
Whip shot damage perk.
Damage, and then once you kind of get through that, right?
I don't know if that's just not the steel ult charge from the Juno though. You just can't convince me that that perk is like having a 6-second inspire is not better in most situations. You just can't. I'm not convinced. I even watched Backbone and Commander X's video on perks, which was pretty insightful in some ways, but I disagreed with Backbone on a lot of perks. A lot of them come from like the ranked, the pro specific meta mindset in the specific matchups where those heroes are played, and I just don't agree with a lot of this.
Is able to blow Lethal up. A cage fight gives Liquid a lot of room to breathe. The 2 Maugas on the field, that's 2 stomps.
Oh, I know, yeah, you know what I meant. But the burst, same thing with the burst damage though.
Going down and Zera cannot get RuPaul in time. There was a flip though. Knife being the only player that can really contest this. I think they've realized they need to work with Tree on the other side of the point, and they're going for it. Railgun going to be popped by Tree. The stun doesn't quite connect there as Tree's able to kite away from the Mauga, but it's not enough help. The Girl Scout cookies from Vega are not enough to keep the Sojourn standing, and so Nightmare are able to get a bunch of free percentage.
Maybe Surly. Maybe.
Super dicey there for a second. Tree pops that overclock. Feels like, I guess, players coming off of spawn potentially are able to win that. He's also got that extra charge on the overclock, right? So can kind of pass that 100 threshold and go to 150. So thinks maybe you can burn down that Mauga, because the Mauga is quite low, and you actually hold on to
cage fight.
Inside.
Dumping Sojourn on the angle. Genji, big value in the neutral there, just for the ability. Like, Genji's really strong in the mirror because deflect is so freaking strong in this matchup. Like, being able to, like, unironically hold an angle, being able to hold it even in front of your tank, it's just super good. Also, cardiac with Genji is really good.
The Mauga kill away with the cage fight early.
A lot like how Farah kind of struggles on this map, when the fights kind of are definitely more towards...
I feel like a Bond villain, man. I've got a freaking cat in my lap, leaning back, watching Mauga. It's about as evil as it gets.
That's where the Genji can have a little bit more of an impact than the Echo, right? A lot like how Farah doesn't want to fight close to the ground on the point here. Same with Echo, a little bit of a...
Juno, Echo flank. They might catch UV if you can hit a shot. He does. Zero gets the blade, though. That's a pretty good blade. If he can live here... Oh, no. If you were British, yeah. Beginner versus skillful perk choices? There's a few. There's a few. Knife has to use copy, though.
Yeah, not able to get much of anything with the blade there, and I think potentially, right, if you would have, you know, maybe you think they have a support ultimate on the other side, you could actually...
Yeah, that's what Sarah said. The ability to one-shot through support ults is a big deal.
But at that time, Team Liquid doesn't have either, right? So you're going to have both of these for a potential final fight of the...
Looks like they're trying to build support ults here and take this fight with support ults. Liquid will have support ults as well. Point pressure, Echo burn, cage. Force Juno ult, force rally, force Juno ult, force rally. No DPS ults except for Tree. This is just ocular cancer. Absolute cancer. They had one more ultimate, so they win. Ignoring any other neutral factors that we were unable to see because it's just Microsoft Paint 360p 4-bit rate. Disaster.
It's a ball here for Cuffer. A rare occurrence for Nightmare, and unfortunately, it's only for stall and nothing more. Yeah, there'll be touches for
go for it, Madrio. We're at this map's over, so. Who's the underdog here? I don't know. Roster-wise, or I mean, I feel like Nightmare, but they have the better record because I think Liquid underperformed for a little bit. Calyx. What Liquid got wiped last time they fought Nightmare. Yeah, but obviously the meta is totally different here, right? So who knows? Remind me to do Preds next map. Taking an ad break? Should I take an ad break? Oh, I am taking an ad break. Oh, well, I guess I am. Hi, girl. When should you help with the tank trade? When should you go for backline pressure? You should almost never make that. You should make that decision naturally based off of what your position allows. You should never force tank trade, or you should never force backline pressure with very few exceptions. You should always take the angle, close, high ground, far, medium range, or flank that complements your character's strengths and shoot what is ever most convenient from that position. That's all. You're saying pinning on the backline 24/7? Well, normally, except for you. My feedback applies to all the peasants, not you. Yes, Madrio. I highly recommend watching the video Why Target Priority is a Myth. I think I have a YouTube video about that. That goes much more in detail about that, and it's very, very important. Except you're not bald yet? Okay. All right, let's do a few more. Dash resets not only to the double jump, but regular jump, but double jump. Deflect heal. Oh, we already saw this one. EDRA perks. Healing beam can now inflict burn damage if used on an enemy. Sunburst gives her flight a few seconds, reduces her ult AoE damage. Healing pylon now deals more healing, but is destroyed after being deployed. I mean, I'm definitely for anything that incentivizes good timing of pylon. Ult now burst heals any allies with the damage radius, but increases the damage needed to detonate enemies. The idea of her ult applying to healing is interesting. But I feel like the problem is then it's just, it would be used primarily for healing. It would have to be, it's just different. You'd have to be careful. Hang on a second. Okay, I was curious about something. Yeah, shoot with convenient is the big deal. Brita. Most people overthink target priority and underthink their angle. That's the rule of Overwatch. They let their targets dictate their angle instead of the other way around. Barrier restoration. Quick fix. Swap places to complete with morale boost. Now heals critical HP targets faster but reduces pack duration. It's an interesting idea, yeah. No, you're not slow. If you've just watched a lot of my Spylo coaching. Inspire Overhealth. Maybe. Could be broken. Would probably be broken there, Brax. I like the idea, though. I just imagine this Malgamir with Overhealth for Inspire. And I'm just like, I'm getting the shakes. Snare shot. I mean, I like your ideas, Brax. They're definitely saucy. I appreciate the sauce. Activate. Honestly, having Super Bloom work on shields would be kind of nice. You can always nerf other aspects, but actually having Burst work on shields wouldn't be bad. Out of LOS time to Zen's heal orb? Yeah, could be. That's a good idea. That's one of the better ideas I've heard. Where is Zen? Remember, we got to keep gambling, guys. Where is he? Where's Zen? Oh, yeah. LOS grace period. Nightmare picks Ravasa. Let's go ahead and do our Preds really fast. Prediction. Nightmare or Liquid? Nightmare. Liquid. We'll do a 1 minute pred. Predictions live right now, so while we're doing these. The map is starting? Oh, frick. Wait, we can do like a couple more. Buff Super Bloom to activate shields. Remove aimbot from visor. Interesting idea to remove the aimbot and compensate elsewhere. That actually is kind of interesting. Okay, we gotta go.
Gone with like a Sombra ban potentially, right? If you were like
Ramatra ban, Juno ban. That's gonna kill the you guys see it right there. The speedering pretty much kills the Mauga. So Nightmare's like, frick the Malgamir, bro. Let's I actually love the Juno ban. That's actually really creative. Easy grab. That allows you to not ban Mauga with basically banning Mauga. Check it out.
An interesting setup.
I don't know what to make of this. I think that Infected probably, I mean, has to play
Bastion. That's crazy. I mean, Bastion's freaking good, man. You got different things you can do with Bastion now.
Bastion is really vulnerable when not in that wheels mode for the next 10 seconds.
Perks are really freaking good. That should have been used to reposition. Lethal needed to reposition there. That was a poor angle from Lethal. He needed to get out.
I don't know. You can kite.
He might swap, but I don't think the Bastion's like unplayable. They got first point as well. They need to shoot Torb. Torb is freaking low. Yeah, Lethal goes Sombra. Sombra's
potentially could be a
well,
little
I guess you
bit
have to.
more impactful, right? Because
Yeah,
Mauga wants
Sombra's
to
okay.
fight, and when Mauga does not fight, no, needs to constantly take those fights because he wants to like run that cardiac overdrive, put down damage, like can sustain.
Mauga being played now. TLDR, we've talked about it a bunch. Is pro players dumb. Also cardiac strong. Sombra's just because ball echo on a Lucio. I mean, Sombra's really good here on this map and versus this comp. It's legit just Torb. She's good versus literally every other character that you're seeing. She's freaking amazing versus Echo. She's freaking amazing versus Ana Lucio. Because you don't have like the consistent way of like peeling her off like you do with Brigitte. She's got like a lot of mind games she can do. It's a skill check, and I don't know if Lethal's good enough for it, but like on paper it's not bad.
Nanabu's going to be given over to the Winston though. Ultraviolet deploying that one, and knife dupes in Ana.
That's crazy. Echo's freaking dead. Echo's not dead.
Knife can just dust himself off and get back to business here. Kaffa's in a little bit of danger. That bubble, he couldn't play in it. It was too risky. And Winston comp doesn't give them anything here in this first Flashpoint.
I don't know if I like the Winston. I don't know what I would suggest, honestly. I think playing D.Va here would be really nice if you could play it. But Hazard, I guess, is struggling versus the Ana and the Torb. But D.Va here would be great.
For the groggy, right? The ball, like if you can, ball's a fairly easy sleep target, right?
General thoughts on ball perks? I think they're fine.
Kind of dodge it outside of the movement, and at this level,
I think the one tank damage one is a bit odd in 5v5. It's not good enough.
But not being able to like move after getting up is just really difficult. Also,
slow is oppressive.
Yeah, you actually see Tree's got the turret like over to the side here, kind of protecting like knife.
There's the Lucio value, kind of like letting your Ana rotate for free, marking angles. I'm surprised to see how passive Vega staged like completely. EMP, I think it's maybe the EMP. They nano, he lives the EMP, they beat it, so that's double support ult. Can they disengage? They can. And then they're going to be able to beat engage, but Torbolt should be there to catch. So the question is can they set up well? They might just force point. They need to break mines, though. Well, that was a lot of ults from Liquid, bro. They catch Knife. That was really well done from Nightmare, honestly, like all things considered. If Kaffa lives this, and he should, they should get Cap and like, okay, yeah, they're good. That was well done. Should Ana go Sleep Perk versus Ball? I think so, yes. I think Sleep Perk is really good. Now they go Winston, so it's kind of sucked, but yeah, I think Sleep Perk really good.
Using an EMP because that was in the prior fight, and it didn't really work out for them, but Liquid here are in a definite ultimate trough.
They'll match the Winston. What are your thoughts on that? I thought they were
early copy, early dive, they nanoed Winston, that's an accident.
Seems a little bit closer as you see Knife just
That's an accident. They actually boostioed. Beats used, though. Not great from Nightmare there, man. You wanted a fight win there. That's a 2-for-1 with map control. And at best, you just got 30% cap percentage. Could have been worse, but not good. Not a good trade. And now you have nothing. So you have to basically go for pulse bomb on Torb and pray that you hit it. I don't even know where Zira is. He might be getting marked. They're going to chase down and kill Lethal. And that's freaking it, guys. They're going to cap off that. That's such a tragic nano. Big nade. They're able to trade, but UV must live. UV must live. Oh, he needed to hit that sleep. Admiral gets a trade. Totally worth to die there. He does get the sleep. Okay, I thought he didn't have it. Okay, wow. Clutch play from UV there. Clutch play from UV. UV just carries that fight. UV just carries that fight. Hits the shot, Echo. Hits the nade, Torb. And then, yeah. When would you want to use bounce nade? When the enemy tank isn't as sleepable. Really, yeah. Ball, ram, those kind of things are easier to sleep. But honestly, even Winston having the groggy sleep can be a little bit hit or miss. It's not bad, it's good, but yeah. Lethal gets checked. This is what I said about the Sombra. You have to know what you're doing with Sombra. It is a individual micro character. You got to know what you're doing. I don't know where Knife is going. I thought Knife was in his own backline, but there he is. There's the speed boost. You guys see the speed boost right there? There's the speed. Good EMP. No follow-up. Frick. So never mind. Bad EMP. Bad communication. Bad translocator. Lethal is drone driving. Nano is lost. Nano is lost. This is complete chaos. And yet, tell me this isn't 10 times more entertaining than Mauga. Overwatch metas are not, do not deserve democracy. Lucio, Ana, Lucio dive is peak. Lucio dive is peak. Zen Lucio, Ana Lucio, absolute peak Overwatch. Ana as well is just amazing. So much fun, so much risk, so much reward. In fact, it's gonna pop the Primal, but it's too late.
Trying to keep this stalled out as it'll be Nightmare.
Lethal gives up, goes Ash. It's not a bad pick versus the Torb Tracer. I'm curious to see if Tree swaps. They'll probably stay for ult, yep. But there is a real chance here that the Ash may be a problem. We might see Sojourn. I'm surprised Lethal didn't go Sojourn, honestly.
They need to reset. They need to regroup.
D.Va's good here. D.Va's nice. It's not a great... The reason why D.Va's nice is not because like you're counter-swapping the enemy team. It's just better than the map. This map is pretty flat. I actually think Kava should have been playing D.Va earlier if he had the hero pool for it. So, early bubble, early cooldowns. Big pulse bomb opportunity here. Torbolt's going to be used pretty early. I would imagine nice pulse bomb knife. Probably still use Torbolt if you need to, just to guarantee the cap. They're actually going to use beat in response. Torbolt, oh, 0. Wow. Nightmare, no way. Insane. That's crazy. What a play there. They're going to win this, guys. They're going to win this.
In that capacity, and that's when Nightmare.
Dude, I freaking love playing Ana and dive supports in these. Like, freak the plot players. This is so much fun.
On this map.
Why does Ultraviolet run such an ugly skin?
Win here for Nightmare. We actually didn't see Flashpoint played in our series last week with these two teams, but getting on the board here, tying it up at 1 apiece would be absolutely game-changing.
Yeah, it makes you wonder why, like, Nightmare ended up choosing Blizzard well when they could.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I got confused earlier. Pack Rat. Nano Tracer. Nano Ana. RuPaul doesn't quite get what he wants. What a clip. Oh, Sleep is missed, and he finishes. Jeez, Knife is just cleaning up. Oh, Lethal gets a trade.
Lethal can hold their own, and they do so against Knife.
D.Va's fantastic at like dueling, even kind of like dueling the Winston.
So,
right? Also,
Ash with Bob is pretty darn nice. Bob is really nice, even with Sleep Dart here. It is really nice to have. That's some nice shots on the Torb. May not even need the Nano here. There's the Bob just to guarantee. It's on the off-field. It is being melted by Torb. Kaffa is going to Primal. There's Beat. Primal should deny a lot of that beat value. Ana does not get beat. Either Bob is dead, but that's kind of what they needed at stabilizing. There's the Nano. Nano for Nano. Can they melt Infected while they're doing this? They should. Infected should die here. Infected should die here. They catch Vega. Weird. I don't know where Vega was. Maybe stalling point, and they're going to push forward there. So yeah, Bob is not flashy, but the ability to trade 1-for-1 and force point with the Bob versus the Torvald is just, Bob is good. And then now that you have space, Tree's going to have to swap. Tree's going to have to swap. There's the Genji. I like the Genji swap. Or Sojourn. Either one is fine. Sojourn's what I was expecting earlier, but Genji's also pretty good at this point. You're trying to back out, you're trying to reset, you were actually probably looking to build beat here, looking to find a position for Pulse. Nano should create the space that they need here. They may not even need the Nano. They are going to get the space. Probably see Nano and Sojourn would be my expectation. Just the most consistent value given the range of the character. She's just going to shoot tank. That's a massive dynamite from Lethal. That definitely puts him in the hole. Oh my gosh, 0. Oh no! What a clip, too. Oh, he had her. He had her down. Nice little angle, though, from Lethal. Lethal with the... Oh, my gosh, the angle from Lethal hits the dynamite. And Kaffa with the... Oh, no! Huge! Ah, no way!
Beautifully done, and a great way to bounce back to make this a competitive series.
Dude! Frick your Mauga metas! Get the frick out of here! Get the frick out of here, man! Holy crap! That was sick!
Make some changes, right? We saw them play Winston, we saw them play D.Va there towards the end. They've never really got anything clicking there.
That's insane. Wow.
So If you're Nightmare, obviously a huge win. You cannot
Huge stuff, man. Some of the swaps, the adjustments was really well done.
They also see where they're a little bit
Just good freaking Overwatch, man. Some clutch plays.
The lethal switch over to Ash, because it looks like whether on the Winston or on the Diva, at no point is Infected able to get up in the face of that longer range hit scan.
Sorry, guys. That was kind of exciting. I'm not gonna lie with you guys.
Like hiding inside the bubble or situations like that. And even before that, Sombra was obviously very disruptive and really effective. Like, where's the Torb?
Going back to Mauga now. Yeah, tragic.
Yeah, you're also much better at like dealing with like a Torb.
Any tips on good comms because my team goes silent mid match? No, just call it your ults, where you're positioning, and what your ult is, and that's about it.
Between the shots from the Ash,
Dude, honestly, such a clutch angle from Lethal there at the end too. That Dynamite and the Ana, like they knew they were down one, and my guy goes on a flank on Ash because he knows where the Tracer is, and so he can get away with it. Oh yeah, the Preds.
Make no mistake about it.
Yay.
So comfortable at the start of the map, but it's
Nightmare whipping it out.
Winston to, threaten to outdive you, and Sombra
good stuff.
Directly disrupt.
Yeah, the Lethal Sombra was on paper good, but you got to be really freaking good at Sombra.
It seemed to be all too ready to make the switch.
0 of 3 of gambles. I mean, hey, you're consistent. Better on dive. It makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, you have Ultraviolet, who's just insane. You have Kaffa, who frankly I probably trust with the experience more in the dive matchups. I don't know, maybe it's a communicational thing. I'm not sure. Zero looks really good on Tracer too. An actual esports game, I have nothing, no feedback. You'd have to talk with your team. You can't single-handedly tell your team what they have to do, though. You have to talk. You'd have to have a conversation with them. I guess we're already on to the next map. There it is, guys. There's the Mauga ban. Holy crap! It's nice to actually see a team banning Mauga when they lose the Mauga mirror decisively. Who would have thought? Ban Juno, ban Mauga. Incredible.
This time they're gonna play Bat Zen with a
jeez, man. Where was this with freaking Timeless earlier? You know? I'm not talking about from a viewer standpoint, but Nightmare couldn't win the Mauga mirror. They look pretty bad. So unless Timeless was again the scrim box, but man, I don't know, man.
On this kind of map, that ends up coming down to like, how effective your hit scan are at finding picks. I do like
Genji ban? Probably Zera. I think it's a comfort pick for Zera, and I actually think Genji's halfway decent here. Like, if you look at this composition here, you would be scared of, like, Widow Genji mirror, kind of, sort of here. Now, they don't have, maybe not Widow, because they don't have the Bap Zen. Like, RuPaul Vega are going to be much better at the double flex stuff than Admiral would be. No offense to Admiral.
Clearly rooting for Liquid now.
Yeah, this comp from Liquid is good. This comp is really good. You have, like, the Torb Sojourn basically can ego Widow dives. With Zen Pocket especially. They're contesting it though, like, oh wow, they hit it, they hit it. That's crazy. This is going to be such a skill check of, honestly, Admiral. Really everybody from Nightmare has to put in the work. They have to sweat. Admiral's got to play like a DPS with his Tracer. They got to have like 3 divers at all times. I like the Widow a lot. You can park her in the back and just AFK, control a long angle, but that doesn't mean that you lose a lot of teeth on your dive. So Admiral has to make up for that.
Interesting route around that outside, and then also getting up into the.
I think Genji's situationally bad at this map. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Disaster! How did that nade get eaten? I think Genji is like very good and then very bad depending on the point of the map. That's so tragic. They need to win that fight, man. They had the space for that too.
That's one of the plays, though, right? Like we take a look at.
I don't think you make any swaps if you're Nightmare. I'm honestly even surprised. Maybe that he wasn't feeling the picks there, but Widow's not bad. Like, you just basically control an entire sightline and deny it. It's more of a space control thing, the Widow, but the Sojourn's fine too.
That is one that, we'll see how it goes, but if Team Liquid's able to get
good staging. It does give you another dive character to follow up. That's going to clear They need to break turret. They break turret. And now they're going to make the next rotation. Honestly, they might go to their spawn. Like, they might go hard flip here through right. Okay, so they're going to cross. But, man, Infected still has a really good angle on that. There's the nano. But slide is just used. That's a... Oh, they isolated Infected and they hit the nade. Man, they know what they're doing, man. They knew what they're doing. They isolate Infected. They save the nade, not for the dive, but for the follow-up on the isolated tank. Kafka needs to live. Ah! He needs primal. Just go, just go, just go, just go, just go. Go, 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 go. Okay, good. You just need to use those. This is like your weakest point for dive, and you got it. Nice. I find myself pulling for Nightmare, but not because I don't like the Liquid players at all. I just... it's momentum off of the last map.
I wonder, you're gonna make any more changes here? This is kind of dangerous in this position here for the Zen mid.
Yeah, this is... I like the Ana swap a lot. Ana's really good versus the dive. A little bit less range pressure. Oh, that pulse needed to hit.
So I'm curious how Team Liquid goes out trying to keep alive here.
But basically, there's a lot less space to utilize Bap's gun with how things are being positioned right now, so things like nade and sleep just feel a little bit better. But man, honestly, both comps, there's a lot of logic behind them. And this is like what do you love to see? A non-mirror enabled by bans, by a team that knows that they're not going to win the Mauga mirror. Flux is going to hit, and he's not going to even try. And, you know, you definitely... I would say the Nightmare's comp has stronger characters. Maybe. Torb is pretty darn strong, but like... Actually, that's not really true. I think Winston... Prior to the Ana swap, Winston, Ana, Tracer, all really strong characters, but Liquid is playing the map strengths, obviously. So Nightmare kind of has the impetus to know how to play the map perfectly, and if they do, I think they can pull it off, but I don't know. With Ana Torb now, it's hard. That's a nice Sojourn angle, wow. Nice, that Sigma should die. Trance is forced, and they find the isolation. Huge shot from Trina Zero. Lethal needs to live. He is on Torb ult, though. Still feels good for Nightmare, though. If they can get that trade on Vega, and they will. Huge sleep dart. What the frick, dude? And that was really well done. And now they're going to go ball for fast touch, but Nightmare's comp can get to the spawn. Even though the spawn was further away, they all have heroes that can get back faster. Vega's actually going to swap Lucio as well. UV needs to get off a cart. He is off a cart. We should be okay. We might see Nano onto, I don't know, Winston. There's like a lot of things that can Nano here. You might just save Nano for when things get hairy. Don't even force a Nano. Wait until stuff gets stressful. Like a Nano there, yeah. Like he doesn't have bubble, but he can just keep going. There's Nano on Soj. Both Nanos are being used. They need to find the Lucio, if anybody. Vega's one. Vega's gonna die. Yeah, okay. Good patience from Nightmare, and honestly pretty impressive from Liquid, the fact that they were able to almost win that one. Gosh, this is so much fun to watch. So much fun. Infected makes the Diva swap, a little bit of a flatter section of the map. Feels good. The Zenyatta swap, I think now Liquid has the better map, or the better composition, because I think with third point the way that it is, it's really hard to get up close and personal with Lucio in the back half of this map. So running is in here. You're going to need Nightmare to essentially snowball this, right? Like, win first fight, never really let them fully regroup. Like, this is going to be really hard for Lucio.
Okay. Hopefully he treats it well and brushes his hair, you know.
There's the bubble to zone. Kafka needs to live. They rotate in early. Infected just doesn't take any damage at all, so they're kind of getting stuffed out here. And this is where Zen is just so much better than Lucio. Oof, yeah, it's tough. They got some good point presence, but an Admiral will stay for ult. But I think it's going to be all or nothing off of next fight with Beat. They do get the tree kill, though. That's nice. Vega falls. This is getting sloppy. This is getting messy, right? And this is exactly what Nightmare needed. A messy, goofy fight where they get a couple of trades, and then now Admiral's back. Rubal and Vega are not even on a spawn yet, and we have Beat. We could cheat the system here. We're going to see a Beat setup to stuff the spawn doors here. Like now.
would be massive. Is that's going to be...
So they beat first, shove the spawn, or they nano first, excuse me. They're going to isolate Infected, who's also nanoed, and then beat comes in afterwards. But because Lucio has the beat, man. Yeah, I was going to say maybe they have enough space for Lucio to get anything done, but it felt like too much attention on Infected on Cart, who can live for too freaking long. I wouldn't be surprised if this becomes a full hold now. Even with the ult charge the way that it is, there's a pretty decent chance. Lucio just falls off so hard there. This is where the D.Va swap feels so good, because if you could just live, as long as you can, Lucio just falls off in value with the way this map is positioned. So hero bans have definitely been imperfect, but with teams that are actually turning their brains on, it's just the space of the map. That's all. It's more. I mean, this is why Zen is better than Lucio. Right here. This is all you need to see right now. All you need to see. He splits on the flank left angle. You can't push him because he's basically in his spawn. You see similar stuff in King's Row third as well. Like Admiral is just, he just can't do anything. Yeah. Good push from Nightmare, all things considered, though. Like, that's about as good as you're going to get. I mean, you're going to want the other fight back. You're going to wish maybe, what could you have done there? But, like, you're not likely to cap versus on a D.Va's end. And this is where Infected's flexibility definitely helps, too. Because, like, you look at what Liquid's running, and, like, you're going to be hard-pressed to think of a better comp to hold third point. You got the verticality and the point presence with D.Va. Doesn't demand a lot of healing. She's not vulnerable to being isolated. You have long-range pressure control with verticality. Tracer. You could have honestly even gone Torb there at the end. Maybe it doesn't feel as good versus the Sojourn, but yeah, it's just perfect. Tree choosing the sticky E-Orb. I mean, yeah, maybe probably because they value the verticality of the slide too much, right? Like having the verticality in second point, maybe third point as well, too important. And Admiral just can't play Zen. Admiral just doesn't play Zen there.
The pervasive sensation for me here, Matt, is that Liquid haven't really found an answer. They're just kind of cycling through a couple of ideas, trying to see what sticks. And
like, I guess they're going to play it here just because it's too good not to play. But Vega probably a lot better than Admiral on this end. He's a Lucio player that has, I think, much more experience with the mechanical side of things. Why do they choose Havana? Well, Liquid chose Havana. See, that's the thing. Liquid chose Havana. So they either go, okay, you either Mauga mirror us, or you play us in a map where you don't have that Zenyatta player. And so Nightmare says, all right, frick you, we're going to ban Mauga, and we're going to take you on it, and we're going to play Lucio, and we're going to make it work. And they did. I like the Hanzo. I actually would be surprised if they stayed Hanzo. It's one of the few situations. I think Tree could have stayed Hanzo there. I think Hanzo's pretty good versus what Nightmare has. Rare situations, but he's going to swap off. Did the rework make a big difference in terms of capping third? No. Made a small difference, but not a big difference, no. Same thing with Circuit Royale, in my opinion. It's still a very bad map. Venture is good here because it's really easy to rotate on this point with Venture because of Drill Dash and the verticality. And they also have, but it might just be a Genji swap here, or a Tracer swap. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. It's a cool swap. It's a cool idea. It clearly wasn't paying out. Venture's unusual, but it's not, like, illogical is kind of my point. Tracer mirror. Admiral catches Tree. All right. You go you, Admiral. If you're Nightmare here, oh my days. Zero is really impressing me, honestly. Like, the mechanics side of things, like, this is good. The way I look at this, if you're Nightmare, is you need to try to lose as slowly as possible on first point. Lose as slowly as... There's Tree on the Hanzo. I think that's a good swap. And play for second and play for the gimmick. Maybe swap Lucio in second or do something more corny. Winston on second, do something silly. You know, basically just die slowly. And the way to die slowly is to not get picked. Right? To not get picked. Hold your angle. Oh, Admiral. Freaking Admiral, man. I don't know where Admiral's angled, but he and Zero are, like, cleaning house. What a play from UV as well. Huge. Freaking Admiral, man. And that's not all Admiral. I think he's been getting a lot of help from Zero, who's been playing very well. Freaking Admiral, man. I'm eating my words. Admiral has been working on it. Oh, they're going to BAP window to turn this, but no BAP CDs. That's going to be stressful. Nobody can even peek the window without getting off-angled. Trance is forced, but not a good angle. Sigma slept. There's zero pressure from this Trance at all. And the angles, the Nano's used on, I don't know, was it is Tracer there? I missed who the Nano was used on. But the angle control here from Nightmare, the setups are, like, elite. This is looking really good. Knife goes way too early. That's a recall. Yeah, this is messy from Liquid, I'm not gonna lie. And then UV just freaking pops it. And back to spawn you go. Nightmare has not only looked better in the setups, but they've been getting picks. Maybe that's from the setups, but they've been and the reason why that matters is basically every pick you get, you reset the timer by 15 seconds. Yeah, seriously, crazy angles, man. And Admiral has the Trance. He's not going to lose this angle anytime soon. Vega is going to go Kiriko, which is kind of basically cheat the angle maxing. Just throw your Kiriko up there with Tracer, which I actually kind of like. What?
In terms of that Tracer battle, they do get Kuffa here though, so maybe an opportunity to move the car forward.
Even see, this is still kind of bad, right? Like, oh my gosh. See, that's kind of bad. That's Suzu and Lamp, and so now Trees just go. Oh, he dies. Oh no, Zero is crying. That's so unfortunate. No. Oh no, and it goes to shambles. That's actually so unfortunate. That was like literally the perfect setup for a full hold, and then just literally the Hanzo kill. But as we said, that's like Nightmare could not have dreamed for a better hold there. The best even scrims last week. Good to know. Sojourn swap's good here. More movement, more mobility. Hanzo over Widow here. Hanzo was picked because of the Widow, and Hanzo has more verticality, and Hanzo can work when he's being stuffed out of sightlines. Widow struggles.
Defensively using this, I would say.
Flux on Sigma. I think we saw a shift from Sigma. Yeah, so they're going to push him off. That's Lamp. That might have been Suzu as well, because... Oh, and then there's the angle from Sojourn at the same time. He's fine. He has shift. Oh, he lands in the dragon. Oh, no. Oh, no. They pulled him off the height. He lands in the dragon. They can't even trance him. Can they push the angle on the opposite side? They get the nade on Tree. Tree is isolated. Tree is killed from the disruptor shot. That's a big deal. That allows him to hold this high ground safely. Admiral has trance if he needs it. He does use it. He needs to hold the angle, though. Can he go back? He needs to go back. He does go back. Very good. They come back on Wrecking Ball. The angle still held. Sigma's isolated. Harmony Orb on Tracer, so they should be able to win top right. They're going to commit BAP window. That's Nano on to Zenyatta to hold the angle. And Admiral is server admin for just a bit. That should be a fight when Kitsune is active on the high ground as well. But Zero... Oh, okay. Insane. They needed more than that from the Nano's end. They needed more. They've lost space entirely. The pulse misses, but it doesn't matter. They have been unable to get trades. I don't know what to point fingers at there outside of... I don't know where the rest of the follow-up was. There was so much space being created on main that there needed to be more isolation elsewhere. They needed to get a trade. They had the world and they fumbled it. So, you know, not a bad hold there from Nightmare, but man, given the amount of good things that happened at the start there, you would want so much more. Holding the off angle, Sigma's poking out, trading. They're going to swap to Lucio to probably play for a close hold here, and that seems to be the play here. They're probably looking for a stick on Sigma here. There's the nade, there's the rock, there's the Suzu, and here comes the stick. The stick is wide. Zero. He still dies. Okay, that's good. That's what we needed. So now that that's happened, now we can either focus on... Okay, never mind, Kuffa's going to die. Forget what I said. The idea there is to force the kill on Sigma, and then from there, you're actually able to stuff the spawn doors with your Lucio. They get one trade. They might get another. They will get the other, and that's big. That's going to allow Lethal to survive. He should be fine. But that's kind of a bummer for Nightmare because you really want to stuff the spawn door of that Lucio. Otherwise, your Lucio is just going to be inferior. Again, these sleep darts are just... It's not a kill, but it's what it forces, what it isolates, right? And Lethal's always there to pressure off of that slide, off of that dive timing. This Lux could be huge, though. They don't see Lethal. He's going to land on Mini. He should be okay. Oh, UV does die. Peel isn't there. Not there in time. They need to kill Knife. Will they kill Knife? Will they kill Knife? Knife needs to die. Kuffa needs to get out. Knife needs to die. Knife dies. What a rock by Kuffa. That was big. Okay, so then they can slowly walk forward now. They have the Lucio, Ana. They're going to be able to speed forward. They're going to be able to apply pressure on point. And you're probably going to see maybe a Sojourn ult. Depends on the situation here for both teams. I wouldn't be surprised. Building up Nano slowly. I'm curious to see what they're going to do. They're going to use the Nano on the Sojourn. They're going to use the Nano on the Sigma to create space for the Sojourn. Very awkward situation here for both teams, really. Kind of a stalemate here. It looks like they're going to Nano Sojourn. She's going to slide top. She doesn't make it. She gets Flux. It's a nice Flux. Oh, no, Admiral. Oh, no, they missed the Flux. And then Admiral gets caught with his pants down. That's a big deal. Okay, huge trade by Lethal. Huge trade by Lethal. They need to not get traded here. Zera needs to live. They can get the touch at the last second. They have Beat coming out here. Touch, 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 touch! He got shot in the touch! No! Oh, no! They had the setup there. I think he got shot. I think Zera got killed on the touch. He got rocked out of his Flux. Oh, no. That's just tragic. But honestly, oh man, that hurts. They did deserve that map. Now here's the question. Here's the question, chat. Does banning Brig work? I think it does. I think if you ban Brig, I think you kill Mauga comp just as hard as if you ban Juno. So we're gonna have to go into pugs here, so I actually have to go. But I think you can ban Brigitte if you're Nightmare. I think you can ban Brigitte if you're Nightmare, and I think you're okay. So, Nightmare, even if they're not confident, the mirror still has a chance here. That nade eat was huge, because even if he... Yeah, what a good map. What a great map. Non-mirrors are fun. Non-Mauga heroes are fun just because you can see what's going on. People actually... Setup is important as well. And see, this is the thing. How many times did we obsessively fixate about the push-pull or the ults or the... This team has 4 ults, they have 3, they can't win, right? We definitely talked a lot about ults because it's freaking ults, but it felt like setup mattered so much more, you know? And there's a little bit more instability about whether you're going to do your job, you know? Yeah, it's good stuff. That was very fun to watch. Very, very fun series. You gotta see what Admiral... Oh, man. Before we jump into pugs here, I'm gonna see... I want to see who Nightmare bans. I'm gonna see what the map is. I want to see what Nightmare bans. Is it push? They're going to know that they're going to ban. Is Brigitte the root of all the bad metas? No, no, no. No, Brigitte enables a lot of really fun metas. A lot of dive metas. Same thing with Juno. Juno's really fun too. I didn't like goats, no. I coached goats for a long time. Got really boring. People also act like goats was like the ultimate push-pull micro heavy meta. But the reason was because it was like that is because it was meta for like a year and a half. So any meta that's a year and a half, you're going to be able to pull details out. There was a lot of synergy and coordination and a lot of utility, which was really cool to goats, but yeah. Okay, so it's going to be Esperanza. I don't know why I didn't recognize the Esperanza there. So Esperanza, surely we see a Brig ban. Do you ban Ball if you're Liquid to prevent the Kuffa? I don't know. I'm not as familiar with Kuffa and Infected's hero pool. I feel like Kuffa has the better ball, but I honestly don't know. I know Infected, I think, is slightly more flexible in terms of like the off-tank stuff, but I'm honestly not too sure. Don't Liquid just ban D.Va? Yeah, but I don't think that you need D.Va to stop Mauga without... I don't think you can run Mauga with Juno or Lucio Kiri. I mean, maybe Lucio Kiri Mauga can work. Maybe it can. That would be the real question for me. Maybe Lucio Kiri is okay. But I do think that like you lose a lot of pocket on your DPS, which is what Mauga is vulnerable to. Maybe it's not good enough on a map like Push, right? Where you know. But I don't know. I don't think you'd see Ana, Juno, Mauga. Why does he? Because it's the highest level coordination around cardiac. I don't think he has necessarily the lowest pick rate and win rate necessarily either, but yeah. Hasn't been watching Korea? I mean, no, I haven't. If it's meta, I'd be surprised, but yeah, there you go. I just think Ana, Juno, Mauga, like, you don't... I don't know, man. Is it because of the Brig ban? Like, depends on the map, I guess. Yeah, what am I watching? Lauren sounds familiar. Of course, Madrio. I'm glad it was helpful. A lot of practice. I really want to see the bands. Please feed me the bands. Please feed me the bands. Feed it to me. I want to see. Face It Masters? What is Face It Masters? Honestly, oh, Crocs. I know Crocs. I just don't... I think, yeah, I mean, it's going to take it's a learning curve for me. I don't understand professional Overwatch structure anymore, to be honest with you guys. Contenders in the Overwatch League was already kind of weird as it was, like trials and contenders, and I don't understand anymore. The whole Face It and stuff, I don't know. Oh, I see what you're saying. So it's basically the qualifier for OWCS. I see. Got it. Makes sense. Well, it's good to see Crocs still competing. I remember Crocs from a long time ago. Yeah, the frame rate in this footage seems really clunky. Like 24 frames or something. All right, so we're going to see bans. I'm going to go PP, and then we're going to do some pugs. Pugs now. I was scheduled ahead of time. I'll probably end stream too, honestly. We've had a longer stream. Yeah, there it is. There it is. What do we call it? Ban Brigitte. They ban Winston. They don't want to dive. You probably see Winston on a Lucio, which honestly could be even good versus the Mauga. There it is. Let's just see what comps they roll out on. Let's just watch first fight. Let's just watch third fight. Let's just watch the first half of this point. All right, chat. I'm gonna mute. I'll be right back. I gotta tinkle. Okay, let's see what happens here. So we're still seeing Mauga, but you know, with Ana Lucio Hazard, I think on theory this should be a lot weaker. There's a lot more vulnerabilities, so maybe I'm wrong. That's the one nice thing about having like a Mauga meta where Mauga isn't like in a vacuum super broken, is that like he is a lot more vulnerable to bans around heroes that enable him. You get what I'm saying? So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Liquid's just better. but like you don't look at this and go, oh, immediately Hazard's like completely out, like way better or way worse, and they win the fight. So you know, you could Juno makes Mauga's life maybe a little bit weaker if it's banned. Brigitte maybe makes his life a little bit weaker if it's banned, and then obviously you could ban Mauga. So even if bans don't fix Mauga, they at least offer obstacles or solutions. You get what I'm saying?
You would see somebody play like a Torb, right?
You get what I'm saying, chat?
Knight doesn't exactly want to play Torb, but we've seen Team Liquid play Torb.
Yeah, so the Kiriko, this is the real test. Is the what Liquid's on right now? Maybe minus Sombra, I don't know. But certainly the Soj, Kirilusu, Mauga is like on paper, that's your Mauga enabler. That's not a good transcater. Wait, how the what? Why did he not kill that? Kafa? But you can see it. There's a vulnerability there. You can't just speed on Ana when there's a Lucio involved. And there it is. Okay, frick me, chat. Frick me. Frick. Hang on a second.
Oh, guys.
Frick you guys. I have to finish this map. Frick you guys. Frick. I have to finish the map. Alright, I was just letting my patrons know where they stand.
Not convinced by this Liquid Mauga comp when they're dealing with any setup from Nightmare that has mobility.
This is exactly what I'm talking about, though. You ban Brigitte, and all of a sudden you're like, well...
Yeah, I agree, Mitch. This is a very interesting look. We don't see a lot of people play that Hazard into that Mauga, but...
Oh, man, Kafa gets the kill on Sombra. I just don't know about the Sombra swap, man. It's not that Sombra is a bad character. She's just freaking hard. You need coordination. You need communication. You need to have an amazing Sombra. And on paper is fine versus what Nightmare are running. Again, in the same way where Lethal did it, but you got to have that dog in him, you know? And not just the dog in terms of the player, but also the team able to play around it. Oh, no, he doesn't dash out in time, frick. Oh, they got Vega beat. That's good. Nightmare's happy about that. We'll take 2 for 1, especially when we were down 1 immediately. Yeah, again, the Sombra's fine. Sombra's like pretty crazy high value ceiling if you can play it perfectly. But we saw it even with Korean Overwatch, right? It's like they just couldn't get it done. And watching their POVs in the replay, they clearly wasn't like a lot of comfort with the way they were doing it either. It wasn't just, oh, you know, team doesn't like they didn't look comfortable in Sombra.
To potentially get checkpoint here. It's going to be that forward spawn that Nightmare gets, potentially threatening this high ground here. You see that's where Admiral hinting from.
Oh, that's the problem. You have on paper the ults that are unstoppable, but there's still skill checks. Right? You know, now the blade is. Oh, that's a pretty good cage fight, or a pretty good, they got it. The EMP's late, 1 for 1, 2 for 1. Admiral dies, but the cart's still here, and they're still even here. Nano's used. Oh, that tracking, though. Almost as good as me. That's kind of unfortunate, honestly. The Nano was not bad, but that's kind of sucky. That was a nice play by Knife, but, I mean, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And then there we go, we're off of Mauga. Insane ult trade until the end. But even then, you gave so little progress percentage.
They forced them off of the Mauga, so we're going to go away from Mauga yet again here for Team Liquid. This is a lot like Surabasa, right? That's kind of what this map feels like so far, where it will...
Nades used, hits Sombra, Translocators used, nothing happens. My cats are freaking out in the back. That's okay. Kafa is just going to kind of anchor cart. It feels a little bit like they're happy with the fight percentage that they have, and they don't really have a solution. They don't really have an ult. They don't really see an opportunity to rotate top just yet from the Ana, because everything feels too close. They will at some point, but they can't do it just yet. And so they're just going to, they're content to just kind of stalemate it here. Tree pops Sojourn ult, so they just back out. Nade kind of covers the disengage, and it's I like the way Nightmare played that one a lot. You don't really have a solution to take space. You don't really have an ult solution. Now this is pretty aggressive. That on paper should not work for Liquid. They're able to do so cohesively, but card is stolen. Lethal. Who is on card? Admiral. And they get the DMAC, which is honestly even more valuable than a kill right now, because in fact it's 42%. Admiral needs to get out. Did Admiral get out? He got hacked. No way Admiral lives. He gets hacked and he gets out. So again, good for Nightmare, all things considered. They're going to be behind in support ults again. And I like the swap to Ramatra, actually. I like that a lot. Just kind of an anchor on point. survive, and there's no anti-nade here. Oh, jeez. What did I tell you guys? Admiral needs to live, though. Admiral does live. Not live, but it's expensive enough to where it doesn't matter. And then now, in fact, it will stay. I was going to say, he's going to go Mauga. Okay, so there you go. But see, the problem is that it's not an auto fight win as long as On is on board. So Kafka could play really disciplined here, not feed too much lifesteal to the Mauga.
Carousel of tanks here, right? So now that you're playing Ramatra, right? You're off of the hazard. Now you're going back.
They're really worried about EMP beat Kitsune. Ultraviolet's so fragile. Are they going to nano? They're going to nano blade. There's the EMP, there's the beat, and freaking Zera's almost able to disengage it. Great trade again for Nightmare. 2 for 1. Not a great trade, but tolerable trade, right? 2 for 1. You don't even pop the blade. Kafka can go back and swap again. Back to hazard. And now you have a situation where you can just kind of walk with not only beat, but also blade. And very little cart progress is being made. In fact, they actually forgot to push robot a little bit there. I mean, but he's got full perks. That's the thing. He swaps back the hazard. He's got freaking full perks. Oh, that's a good setup for a gauge there. No, bad dash. Very bad dash. Very, very bad dash. Fight losing dash right there. Oh no, mechanical misplays will be the death of us all. No. Oh no, the blade timing was fine, but the dash was atrocious. They're able to get a trade on the Sombra. They need to disengage this. Can Kafka can live. They need to pop it. Lethal, whip it out. Lethal, get ready, Lethal. Wait, where's Lethal? This is scary. Where's Lethal? Oh, there's a nano. The nano and the hazard, that's way too far away. The Mauga must die, otherwise they're screwed. That was not a good nano in terms of timing. Way too far away. They're able to catch knife again. What did I tell you about, they don't have anything. They don't have anything. Wait, huge nade, but they're not gonna get anything off of it. Again, it's not terrible, considering how badly you were in the hole. It's not terrible for Nightmare. You didn't have anything for that cage fight, but...
Okay, so Liquid, they win a fight with no ultimates, first of all. Then, they see a nano hazard coming at them.
Should be positional advantage for Nightmare. Being able to control high ground top left here is really important. And Liquid desperately needs beat here. Because any route is problematic. Even with the Suzu here, it's going to be dangerous. Good angle. Nothing there. Goes back. Shoots Mauga. Cardiac's used. I think. Oh, they just ran down Ultraviolet. There's your... Wait, who did they hit? They hit Vega. That's big. That's big. He needs to wall himself. Oh, man. Honestly, this is just... Honestly, okay, I trash talk Knife, but the guy has just won the last couple of fights for his team. Oh, no, he canceled the beat! He canceled the beat!
That is an SS Ajax for you, folks. That could have cost them the series.
All right, listen, I do not doubt Knife's Sombra. I doubt the team play around it, but that last fight and the fight before that literally handed to them by Knife. Solo plays. Again on the Lucio. Lethal on the angle. He's caught his pants on the nano on the blade. This has to be it. Oh, no, Vega. Winnable. Ah! No way. Vega goes for the boop. Just run away, Vega. Just run away. Oh, no. Okay, I think they're okay, though. They have Kitsune. They have Sojinol. UV has to make a play, man. UV or Lethal have to make a play here. Has to be. Honestly, has to be Lethal here. You can't rely off of your nade. It has to be like a sleep or something crazy. Lethal has to go. They have to do something silly here. There's no way they can win this fight. They're not even close to ults. Where is it? Where is the setup? Where is it? Oh, where is it? Okay, Lethal catches Knife. But yeah, they need it sooner than that. You can't wait until the Kitsune is active and then decide to make a play. It's too late. You had to go now. Hazard can't possibly live the Kitsune Mauga. It's not possible. Good try for Nightmare. Liquid earns it. Liquid earns it. Knife popping off, man. Check this out from last week. Jeez, man, what a game.
UV yet, goes on to zero, using it to Genji engage on the back line. No nano out from UV yet, goes on to zero, using it himself to run down knife. The heals from infected actually keeps knife alive.
Oh, bit post
nano,
oh, he did flex for sleep! What so good! Oh, he's just gonna look at tree! They've killed on point! Beautiful from Zera! And that's gonna seal the full cap for him!
Insane from Zera. The discipline to not try to keep going and get the
just
kill.
Live.
Dang. That was nice. Good game all the way through. I think Nightmare, no shame. I mean, you'd be disappointed in the result for sure, but like I think the way they played the maps and the bans, they almost pulled it out after being clearly the worst team. Chat, can you guys do me a favor really fast? Will you go into the... I guess I could just mark as unread at a certain point. Here, I'll just pin it. Never mind. Luki, I was going to see where I made progress with the perks, but okay. Chat, I'm going to end stream there. Loves and kisses. I will see you guys later. I'll be back on Tuesday. I think it's the plan. GG's. 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 YouTube, Twitch, love you all. Goodbye.